What's happening? Come on in. Setting up for the show. We're gonna have a good show today, people. My energy's low. I gotta get my energy up. My energy is low today, people. So we're gonna get everything going. But welcome everybody back to the show. Like I said, we're gonna talk a little bit of Roland Martin today. Roland still calling us stupid for voting the way we voting, and so I want to discuss that. I also want to dive into probably maybe a little bit of my timeline. I ain't sure just yet. We're gonna see. But as of right now, I just want to make sure give people enough time to come on in. Come on in. How would this dude on Facebook be like, come on in. So y'all get in here. Let me get this background music off like this too. That's a lot going on. All right, hold on. Let me get my background music up. All right. Yeah, people. So come on in. I'm not gonna hold you too long. Like I said, I always love to be able to put the videos on the screen for TikTok, but they just, anytime I put anything on the screen, all they ever do is they block it all. They can't recommend this to anybody, ain't gonna show it nobody, no nothing. So as you come in, hit the like button. Let's do this thing proper. Like I said, I know it's middle of the day. Hopefully we get some people on here live so we can get this thing popping. But anyway, get the day started. I'm wondering if I should just dive right into the topic, or if I should wait a little bit and then get into it a little bit. Like, as a matter of fact, let's do that. Since that's gonna be the main topic, let's dive a little bit quick. That's a little quick. Let's dive a little bit into my. Let me go and get this up here properly, people. Give me 2 seconds. I'm trying to do this thing just right. All right, put that up there. Boom. Okay. So what I'm trying to get this up here. So you guys on YouTube, not on YouTube, on TikTok, you're gonna have to just hear it. You're not gonna be able to see it because they don't let you guys see anything on my screen. Hold on 1 second. Let me make sure I got it where you guys are hearing what's gonna be played. Come on, my mouse acting stupid today. Come on, get on over there. There we go. Nope. See, you guys weren't even gonna be able to hear it. All right, so I'm ready to play a little bit, like I said, a little bit of what's in my timelines when people don't send me. So what we're gonna do a bit of talk about that. Then we're gonna get in the main topic. Okay, I'm here now, guys. So here's what's going on. On today's episode, we're gonna talk a little bit of Roland Martin. Again, he's still out here shaming us, telling us we stupid for what we think and how we think and what we don't understand. When, I went back the other day and I replayed the one I played for you guys the other day from him, and basically all he was telling you is you can't have nothing. You ain't got no numbers. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, you don't even believe that we supposed to have anything then. Because if your narrative is we just don't have, these people ain't gonna do nothing for you because you ain't got no numbers, that means the whole Democratic Party don't care nothing about us. So there's no need for us to be running around voting like crazy. But anyway, I digress. Let's dive into this first. First things first. For the people on, let me make sure, let me get it up for YouTube. I'm sorry, baby, I don't sit here and disrespect y'all. Let me make sure you guys can actually see what's going on. So let's get this on the screen for you guys. How did you get all the way over there, Mano? Hold on 1 second. How did he get all the way over there? Anyways, I'm gonna leave his ass over there too. No, I can't leave. I can't leave him over there. Hold on 1 second, y'all. My graphic on the screen is stupid. Being dumb right now. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. That's what it was out of pocket. There we go. We got it back now. All right, if the mouse will act right, we get the show started. I think it knows I'm live, so it says act stupid now. All right. So basically, I wanted to play this clip from Fabulous real quick. So hold on 1 second. I'm gonna play it, and then we're gonna play this clip from Angela Simmons.
I see y'all post. I'ma like it because y'all are my friends and y'all are people that are in it. Like, people really see your shit and just keep scrolling to it. Like, I don't understand that. Like, I just be like,
flicking that shit
it
like
don't really mean that much
too.
to me, but I'm trying to figure out, like, why would somebody just
that shit really happen.
Just go right by you.
But niggas secretly might not really fuck with you.
If you enter in the room right now, we diving into my timeline right now. But what we're gonna get into a little bit right after that, we're gonna talk a little bit of Roland Martin and about this little voter thing that we got going on, because I can see the elections are gonna be coming around very soon. It's ready to be a war for black folks. So I wanted to discuss that, but before we do it, I want to give people enough time to get in here. So right now, what's on the screen, TikTok, you can't see it, but YouTube can. I'm Fabulous and them guys over there at their little podcast was talking about whether or not you should feel obligated enough to like or not like your friends or your family members post online. And it sparked something in me. And it made me realize something. Y'all don't realize this. I need for black folks to understand this. Nobody is going to be successful if they don't get support. The thing I don't think people understand is that if your own family won't support you, well, how do you expect anybody else to want to do it? Because I'm being honest with you. Every time I see a successful black person, I always say this, and it dawned on me one day. Every time I see a successful black person, they always had somebody in their life that was sacrificing, champion, doing stuff for them at all times. It'll be their mama that just sacrifice, like you call them. Beyonce dad literally made his whole life about that group. Then you got people like I saw Diddy mama, and I get it, they crazy, but that woman support them. It's just people as person after person after person. You see, I rarely see the person who has no support become successful. You rarely see a person with no support get successful. And the reason why I believe that is because I don't think you can go anywhere without a group around you. So like for me, some days I have an engineer, some days I don't. The days like today, I have no engineer today, right? When you have no engineer, oh my God. It is 30,000, that's why I start so late. It's 30,000 pieces to trying to stream to 16 different places at one time. It is a lot of work. You can't go anywhere without support. So when I see things like Fabulous and them talking about, do you support, why friends and family don't support, like posts, reshare posts, things like this, I don't know. I know for me, like I said, even on the most minute scale, even if I don't even think your business is going to be great, if you my peoples, if I see it, I'm going to reshare it, I'm going to post it, I'm going to support it somehow, some way. Because I feel like this, you can't go anywhere unless you're supporting each other. And see, this is my issue with it. I don't care if you like the product. Now, I just put it like this. I've experienced this myself. You can really literally go through your entire life or your entire business, and people that are around it that don't, your whole family member won't even know what you're doing. And that's unfortunate. And I know this is more than not for a lot of people. And I've noticed this. I've done this before. I've walked into the mall, in any given store, like you said, hit the like button coming in too, let people know, share it, that way people know we in here. But I'm gonna tell you like this, it's nothing like, I used to own a organic hair and skincare store in the mall in Atlanta. And it was a dying mall, but it was a mall. And I remember watching all of the businesses that were successful had whole families. Their mom and their cousin, their daddy, everybody was involved. And this could be black folks, not black folks, the whole nine. They was always successful. Then you had other people like my business. It was me and my old lady at the time. That's all we were doing. There was no more support. And like I said, sometimes at one point it was just me. And we're talking about 15, 16-hour days, 7 days a week, we're pulling this off. And like you say, if people are not out here knocking down doors, hey, this product is my cousin got a product. Hey, my homie got a product. Hey, my son, my daughter. Without this, we ain't going nowhere. And I think the problem is a lot of people don't understand this. And see, I think that unfortunately, I do not think family do this. Sometimes, and don't get me wrong, there's some haters in your family. Don't get me wrong. But I think most of the time it's not even hate. I think what it generally boils down to is this. Families look at it and say, hey, I wonder how it's going for them. No, you can't sit on the sideline. You have to be a part of it for it to work. I remember in class, I've seen people with massive, great products. They have stuff going on. It's just a lot going. Their stuff is high quality, the whole nine, and they get no business because they have relegated. Let's be honest. Let's slow down a little bit. Let's slow it down. They have relegated black people businesses down to whoever is a celebrity or a celebrity endorsed is who we support. I have seen like Keith Lee. Let's use him as an example. Keith Lee should not have to go to your business in those cities and plug them for them to start making money. We should know about these people. It should be locked in. When a black business open, they should have a bat line like on Batman. Call it up, black business. We ready to open up on Peachtree. Okay, cool. We ready to throw it out there for everybody to show up on Sunday. That's how it should be. But it shouldn't be, and it shouldn't be that the celebrity has to come be a part of it. It shouldn't be like, the guy, what's the Mr. Tenderism right now? Everybody talking about Mr. Tenderism. I'm very happy for the man that stuff popped out for him. I'm very happy for him that everything did go viral because But y'all don't understand, Mr. Tenderism is happening all over the country right now. There are black people in positions, in businesses, doing things that they are failing because we are consistently going to the same businesses that them folks put right in front of us. Hit the like button when you come in, let brother know that you're here. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm noticing that this is becoming a normal trend. We have to, look, I always say this, we cannot continue to talk about the bad behaviors or the things that we need to do to fix it without practicing those things. People have been asking me, the ladies, I've been getting a lot of comments lately, why don't we talk more about relationships? It's fun when we talk about relationships on live, and I get it. It is fun to talk about it. Sometimes it's relevant. And I've been putting that conversation off because it needs a proper amount of attention when you have that conversation, because we do have a problem in our culture. Our culture just the same problem with the culture, the same problem with our black relationships. We are not valuing each other for ourselves. We are valuing each other based upon what this sick society that we're living in tell us should be valued. And this is just it's gotten too far out of hand. And I don't want to dive too deep into it. I digress. I just wanted to say that. It is what it is. Let me double check, make sure my microphone is working, y'all, because I want to make sure I ain't doing all this damn talking for nothing. Give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I want to make sure. All right. What's good, my people? What's good? Everybody, somebody in the chat say what up to a brother when you come in. So I know you live. All right, let me get that off the screen. That light bothered me. Anyways, moving on. Let me tell you what Angela Simmons was saying. Let me go ahead and play this, guys, for you. Hold on one second.
What is?
Right here.
I would say to young women, like, date them all. I'm back to that. enjoy.
Let me set the scene for you. Okay, so Angela, for TikTok. I forgot TikTok can't see it, but I'm playing a video back in the background right now for Angela Simmons. Angela Simmons is on this podcast, and I think they asked her advice on dating for young black women. This is what Angela had to say. Let's
the ride. Yeah. You know, we're quick to say, oh, that's it. That's my husband. How you know? Those are the questions that I would say, but have fun. Have fun is the biggest theme for me. Okay. I'm in my have fun and peace era. That's real. Like you said.
Okay, let me pause first. First and foremost, that have fun thing. Look, why do y'all think we have this abundance of time? There isn't an abundance of time. If you see a decent sister or a decent brother that's in this world right now, that is giving you attention and time, and he seems to be normal and sane and will hold themselves accountable, because that is the main thing. We got people out here who will not do this. If you have that person in your life right now, I get it. You want to be outside. I love outside. It's fun. When you 20, 21, but when you get to be 35, 45, 55, and you still talking about having fun, Angela is well into her 30s at this point. I don't know how old she is now, but I know she is well into her 30s. You can't be still talking about, I just out here outside having fun. Bitch, everybody, I'm sorry. I'm not her individually. This is the way that I speak. You'll learn to love it. I promise. You know, I don't mean no harm when I use the word B word. But bitch, you got to understand. We are out here suffering and y'all out here having fun. What are you having fun for when the world is burning down for black folks? I just think, to me, like, you know, honestly, I'm gonna tell you the reason why black folks don't like religion. Let me just get into this, and then we're gonna get into the main topic. I told you, the main topic, we're gonna talk about Roland and voting. I promise you we're gonna get there, but we letting people pile in so we can do it. So, the one thing I'm going to tell you, the reason why black folks don't like religion no more, it is because we see what religion produces. Rev Run, which I'm what you got. I used to watch Run's house. I remember watching the kids grow up. I did. I watched the show. I love Run's tweets at the time, or whatever that was he was doing. Rev Run was like, this is a healthy black family. I love a healthy black family. But then I had to look up and I see Angela and I say, what the fuck did they raise? Because she's always out here with a new dude all the time. And I'm going to tell black folks that, look, stop paying attention to entertainers. Entertainers going to have you messed up out here. I'm telling you, because all of them, look, let's just be honest. Can y'all tell me a healthy one? I said this the other day. Will and Jada, we thought was the top of the food chain many, many years ago. And now that we fast forward to today, we realize this is some of the most screwed up people in the world. When I think about this, now I'm gonna have to ask you the question. Can you tell me a healthy black relationship in Hollywood? And I don't mean give me Denzel Washington because his wife has acted before. She's not an actress. That man is an actress. She has dabbled. Samuel Jackson, same thing. His wife, I think, was an actress. They have dabbled. They're not actors. I'm talking about, can you give me the musician and the actor and the two actors or the two musicians? Other than right now, I'm gonna give you one. One just popped in my head. Rihanna and they sap. Yeah, they the only one. Hold on, let me check this screen by me because can't be having it down like that all day. Give me a sec. Yeah. So Rihanna and him, that's the only ones that I can think of, in my opinion. And so what I'm saying to you guys is this. That don't make no sense to me. That don't supposed to be like that. We supposed to have black couples top of black. Cause mind you, think about it. In normal black households, what's the reason black people are breaking up? Money. The way they raise their kids. Religion ain't no thing no more. Nobody cares about religion. All we doing now is either money or the kids. And all it is because it ain't enough money to go around. You get frustrated. You just tired of looking at that nigga because you equate broke with this motherfucker. And that's what it is. That's all it is. So why is it that when entertainers get money, they suffer more, they break up even more? I'm telling you, money ain't the issue. It's the fact of where our value systems lie. Let's get deeper real quick before we get into the main topic. The value systems that black people are putting their value in is in a European closet. And I'm just being honest. Everything's in it. It's something they put it in front of us, but we're not fighting for the things that we should be fighting for. Like right now, they are attacking black people. Hold on, my headphones dropped. They are attacking black people economically, they're attacking our food, they're attacking the water, the whole nine. We ain't building none of this shit. We still just fighting over dumb shit. That's where we at. Like, be honest with you, I'm like this when it comes to the whole delineation movement from all other black people. Black Americans are standing up for themselves first. I'm here with this. Yes, that's where I'm at. Now, I ain't gotta talk about no goddamn. So all this back and forth with people, they, ooh, you, but what about the diaspora? Fuck off, I'm not talking about them more. I'm telling you that everybody's group has a group first. I'm gonna tell you why I'm going this way. I'm going this way is because this is what needs to be said. We have to get to a spot where we just start practicing the things that we preach. If I watch other groups of people all band together under their banner of whatever country they come from, whatever nation or whatever group or whatever it is, that is fine. Black Americans deciding to do that is great for me. Now I don't need to talk about it. I think the reason why they keep calling this as the diaspora war going on is because we keep addressing it. Leave these motherfuckers alone. If they want to get down to a spot where they just want to, if they want to be mad, if they want to say you just being hate, just say okay and move on. What we got we got bigger things to talk about. I honestly think this is a distraction at this point because we've gotten to the point now. It is true. We all black Americans know it. We know that people hating on us from other places, they got black melanated skin. So what we're doing in the process of that, this is all we're doing in the process of that. What we're doing is we're just saying we're rocking with each other and moving on. Just leave it alone at this point. Watch all the noise. One thing I've learned about white supremacy, and then we're gonna start the show for real. One thing I've learned about white tea, I'm a white supremacist, is once you stop acknowledging it, it has to move its tactics. But as long as you keep acknowledging the BS they're doing, they're gonna continue to do it. Like this right now, I told myself with these Roland Martin videos, once we get a big enough following to the point where we know enough people have heard this message, we're gonna move on from talking about just voting. Because we ready to watch these people tell us how dumb we are for not voting. And I'm gonna ask the same question every time. What the hell has it gotten us? And we're not gonna keep speeding past that conversation of what has it gotten for us when we vote one way. Okay, so let's just go ahead and dive into that because I don't even want to waste no more time. I was ready to dive into a whole bunch of BS when it comes to that. Matter of fact, if you want to talk into just a bunch of random shit right after the show, if you really want to see it, throw some thumbs up in the comment section and I'll put it on the backstage pass. If you don't know what backstage pass is, it's like an insight. We sit down, we're not formal. I don't have a setup. We just pick topics and then we just talk. And I got a bunch of other shit we can talk about then. So we'll do that then, and I'll save it for them. So let me get rid of this. All right, now I'm ready to rolling up here for all the people on YouTube. I mean, yeah, y'all can see this. TikTok, you just gonna have to hear it. But rolling right now, I'm replaying the video he posted yesterday. Not voting costs you power. Roland dismantles the tangible argument. So we ready to see how he's going to dismantle it, and we'll walk ourselves through it. Hit the like button when you come in. Please let a brother know that you support the platform. I appreciate you guys. Let's get going. Let's go.
Between citizenship, faith, and politics. Reverend Dr. Otis Moss III, Senior Pastor of Chicago's Trinity United Church of Christ, connected it all in under 5 minutes. Check out what my alpha brother had to say.
Let's check it out.
I recently heard a young black man make a statement stating that he does not do politics, and then went on to say that he does not vote.
First thing first, before we keep going, this is a Reverend Dr. Otis Moss III talking. And I'm going to say to him, first things first out the gate is Dr. Reverend Moss. I could have sworn that your Bible that you preach from preaches there should be a separation of church and state. So why are you shaming your congregation about this voting? Because that's what you ready to do. You ready to shame that brother who made that comment. But I digress. Let's keep moving.
Pained me to hear a person who benefits from our ancestral struggle claim he did not vote because it does not make a difference, according to him. This young man stating this ignorance with his full chest.
Now watch what he does. He's not going to be able to validate making that statement of that boy's ignorance. Because again, when the brother says it does not matter, you're going to have to explain how you've had 3 Democratic presidents in the last 30 some odd years, and all we have done is lost more ground underneath them than the other shitty side. So this whole shameful thing without context bothers me. See, this is the problem with black society we've gotten to. We've gotten to when these people, just because they have status, money, acclaim, that I'm supposed to just take what you say without any context. No, sir, no, ma'am. If I voted at 90% clip for a guy named Joe Biden, and all Joe Biden did is come to the door and make sure that black folks didn't get nothing, then you're going to have to explain why we going to keep voting that way. And not calling me ignorant ain't going to work, sir. That's the shit that bothers me. And I'm so sick and tired. That's why no one respects elders anymore. Because it seems like for some reason, the elders that are prominent in our culture now are all propped up by people who don't like us. See, the grassroots keep kicking y'all in your asses is because we the only ones that seems to really care about, we the only ones that care about getting something done for ourselves. But anyways, I digress. Let's keep going.
Voting does not make a difference. Black people have only been full citizens in this nation since 1964. The year the Civil Rights Bill was passed. This act ended legal state-sanctioned segregation.
Hit the like button, please.
This act was part of a long battle that began when we arrived in this country. And for the purposes of this 5 minutes, I want to highlight several cases that shaped this battle.
Please do.
If you're not using a business travel platform like Navan.
Goddamn, hold on.
In 1857, the Dred Scott decision stated no black person had any rights a white person was bound to respect.
Okay, this is my thing. First things first, before we even get into all of this. I don't know him, but Roland and all the people that Roland them support, why all them folks want to tell us about all the way they love the 3/5 of a man that's in third and all they spouses is from them folks. For some odd reason, y'all seem to only love us but don't want to be around us. You talking about the Dred Scott case. We in 2026. I don't want to talk about Dred Scott. If you don't want to talk about reparations, I don't want to talk about Dred Scott. I want you to tell me right now why you mad at me because I say neither one of these parties like us. It can't continue just to be a shaming. You're gonna have to show something. This is the problem. These people were so used to telling our ancestors and our elders just shaming niggas. And I'm gonna tell you like this, black folks, stop letting them shame us. I said this last week, stop letting people shame us. I don't let you shame me. If you are depriving my community of resources and I have to go get food stamps, I'm going to proudly take my ass down there and get some food stamps because you made me be down here. I'm not going to feel shameful too. These people have you coming and going, making you think you the problem and you ain't the one causing all of this. So no, I don't like that. But here we go. Let's go into the 3/5 of a man conversation.
This legal decision effectively stated black people were not citizens of the United States.
See what's up, people. Share that live too, please. So let's get this thing going. We're gonna dive deep into this one.
Even if born free, we were not fully protected nor seen as human. In 1868, the 14th Amendment was passed. All persons born or naturalized are subject to the jurisdictions thereof. In other words, citizens. But the Confederacy and those descendants of the Confederacy wanted to find a way around this amendment.
Can I say this real quick? I'm gonna let it keep going. I promise you guys. I just don't want to bore you out there. And I'm gonna tell you why it bothers me so bad. Illegals don't have no history here. Excuse me when I say illegals. Excuse me. Migrants, whatever y'all want to call them. I don't care. Whatever's friendly for TikTok. But they ain't got no history here. So why is it that they get so much done, so much for them? Why do mayors say, let me set aside money just for them? Why does governor say, let me set aside health insurance for them and get them tax? Why they can get all of this with no history? And nigga, you ready to tell me the history of black folks in America and still not give me any justification why your party won't do nothing for you? I just don't get it. I don't understand why you think this is still working. This don't work for people. If you are like me, does this work for you? Telling me how bad Trump is, I get how bad he is. Were you doing better 18, 19, 20 months ago? No, you were doing just as bad then as you're doing now. If you're seeing things get worse, it is because they are pushing, and as they always do, it's gonna continue to get worse. See, here's the game before we keep going. This is the game. My job when I get into office, because everything's planned, remember this, they have a 50 to 100 year plan at all times. This is the plan at all times. When you come in and you come do this, this is our job. When the Republicans get in, we're going to fumble up this, we're going to fuck that up, we're going to do this to get people energized to vote Democrat, thinking they going to fix it. And then what happens is the Democrats get in, they say, man, we just taking the next 4 years, we're just having to try to fix everything that the Republicans did, and then they'll go out and they fucked up half of something else that we wasn't paying attention to as they fixed what the Republicans did. Then the Republicans will fix something that they did, but they don't fix that. And then at the end of the day, you'll find out, if you look at the numbers, black folks will end up losing this amount of something and losing that, or we've lost this, and then their side will be, oh, they've gained another 100 trillion in wealth, ironically. And then when you get down to us, they get simplistic. Now, all of this sophisticated shit they got to go with, they got the GDPs and they got to do this and they have the stock market, they have to do all of that. And then they get down to us. So why are we struggling so bad? Because y'all ain't got no dad in the house. That's like talking to us like we kids. That is why people don't vote for these parties no more. Because when you see Kamala Harris go on her tour last night, and I'm not trying to make it about her, she just was the last person that ran. So for all the people who think I hate her because she's a sister, she ain't no sister for one. And two, I do not dislike women. I am a man who's heterosexual. I love women. I want to see you succeed. I want to see all of us succeed. And since the world is forcing black men out and only having black women there, why would I be dumb and not support one that supports me? But she doesn't show any support for us. But I'll tell you when she was running on the campaign, this is how I know this is what they thought of us. Every time they went to a city, they brought another ratchet out. It was like, so you don't think to go get some intellectuals and people that actually we respect and we would like our men and women to date, our children to date, these types of people, you didn't think that would be good? You didn't think that? No, you said, let's bring Cardi B out. Now, I get it. Cardi B is on a major run right now. Cardi B, I have no issues with you for myself. Now, me personally, I don't fuck with it. But I'm saying, if you like it, I love it. But it's an arena for everything. I give you a classic example. When a girl used to go out back when I used to hang out at the club, Saturday night, she'd hang out all night long. When she got dressed to go to church on Sunday, she dressed appropriately. She covered herself up. These motherfuckers leaving the club now on Saturday going with the same outfit up in church on Sunday. No, some things are appropriate, some things are inappropriate. at times. All I'm saying is that with our culture, they get inappropriate and they tell us that's what we want. Look, I'm telling you, the reason why almost 2 million less people voted in our culture wasn't because she was cosplaying a black woman. It could have been Martin Luther King himself running for president. Well, no, not him, but you get what I'm saying. It could have been a square motherfucker with all the attributes like Barack Obama was all over again. Nobody was going to vote because we do not trust the system. We do not trust the process. You cannot trust a process that tells you at every turn, I can't do nothing for you. I can't do nothing. Every time black folks say, hey, can we get, I can't do nothing. Wait a minute, but how does, like, let me say this to y'all. I don't know if y'all thoroughly understand this. They dropped over 20, I'm gonna go back even further. Do y'all know in 1990 it was almost like 250 million Americans here? Fast forward today is 350 million. But you gotta remember in the last like 20 years, they have allowed over 100 million immigrants into the country. How the fuck were we the #1 country in the world in the 90s? Doing well, killing it, and y'all felt the need to import 100 million people. And then proceed to tell black folks, hey man, hey man, them people just taking your job. No, bitch, you didn't want us to have those jobs. The same way that they are bringing people in now, y'all do realize they're giving them not just the money. I know you've heard about the income they're giving and the housing that they're giving them. They're giving them job training. They're even giving people money to buy businesses. All at the same time. I'm even seeing that. And if they're giving them buying, look, y'all don't realize it, but you've heard of Ellis Island. You're going through it again. This is a mass migration into our country. This is what you're seeing. And I'm going to tell you this whole argument, whether we're all off of slave ships or we're all from indigenous from this world, if you do the math, it is more black people had to be here than came over on a boat. Don't believe me? Do your own math. I promise you're going to come up with the same answer. So I'm going to say to you, if you had all these Negroes here in the the late 1800s, early 1900s that were indigenous, and now half of that population is wiped out, is because they set people on top of us again. They're going to continue to do this. Their numbers are dwindling. So every time their numbers dwindle, they're going to influx people over top of us. What you're watching, and I'm going to say it like this and I'm going to move on because I don't want to make it just about immigration. I'm just Roland pissing me off. The reason this is all politics does, it is the WWE in DC. So what's happening is this, the whole gang is this, they let all those people in here because they wanted to let the white T ones in, not anybody else. So what the plan was, Democrats let them all in. And under Trump, what we're gonna do, we're gonna use ICE and we're gonna pick up all the melanated ones and send their ass back up out of here. But at the same time, all that infighting that y'all gonna be hearing about, whether this right, this wrong, this, that, and third, everybody gonna be talking about that, and all they gonna be doing is acclimating the people they want to hear right into what they need them to be. And you're gonna look up one day and these same people gonna be calling you lazy and you need to do better. I just got here in 2020 and now I have all this. They gonna be talking shit to you. And I'm just saying to people like this now, stop being dumb, letting people like this man, and I'm gonna get back to playing, I promise you, stop letting him just tell you about stuff. Stop talking to me and tell me what you gonna do. People have got to understand at this point, people talking nice about our culture is just that. They just talking nice. You got to understand what benign neglect means. That means I'm going to address you. I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to listen to your issue. I'm going to let you pour your little heart out. Oh, poor thing, they did it to you. Yes, they did. But that's what the fuck they going to stop. And they always does. And I'm just saying to you at this point, this psyop has to stop. Somebody has to say, hey, no. When they get to talking on the news to us about, the importance of voting, I'm going to say, hey, what did we get last time? Put me on CNN. I'm just gonna ask all them on there, what did black folks get that moved the needle? I tell people all the time, voting is quid pro quo. I'm supposed to get something from my vote. I said this the other day. If some lady named Helen in the middle of Nebraska wants to have a rezoning because she has a cow ranch, that's all the fuck she voting for. She don't care nothing about her ancestors. She need that cow ranch moved. But for black folks, I'm supposed to vote for symbolism. No, sir, I can't pay my bills with symbolism. Well, Barack Obama proved to me it's possible to become president. And to do what when he gets there? Just be there? Y'all do realize, this is what I want y'all to understand. As you guys lost wealth since 2008, Barack Obama just went into the White House being worth, I think that's at $100,000 and walked out worth like 40 million. What do you think he did while he was in there? The presidency don't even supposed to make no money like that. And I'm not just blaming all the Democrats. I'm telling you, all of it's a game. And see, what they keep trying to make us do is be on a team that don't give a shit about you. And I'm telling you, the game is just that. That's just the game. Real tangible justice is, hey, those black folks were aggrieved. They're very upset. Their families are suffering. We're allowing all these new people in here, even though they didn't do anything to help build it, and we're putting people over top of it and prioritizing them. And they're very upset. What are we going to do to address them? This is what the politicians would sound like if they gave a shit about you. It would be, no. We're gonna have to stop asking black people just to show up for no reason. Here is what I'm going to do when I get here. I'm not gonna talk around it. I'm not gonna talk about what I'm gonna give to Congress because I'm gonna make Congress do it. No, bitch, you need to say, and I'm not just a bitch because it was a female running. I'm saying to any mother running for president on either side, I'm saying it's even white people. Y'all, I say the same thing to y'all. If a motherfucker is gonna look out for themselves and they not gonna come back to the community until it's time to get your vote again, then tell them I'm not voting no more. Again, white teeth supremacy is kicking our ass because of our capitulation to it. If you do not become part of the process until, this is what happens. Don't tell me from a psychiatrist, some of you people have been to therapy. A therapist will tell you, if you're in a relationship that is one-sided, you have a handful of options. One, you can try to address the issue with the person and let them know what your grievances are, this and the third. And if it gets to a point where it just gets too far to hand, you have to do what you have to do for yourself, for your sanity, for your peace, for your nervous system. So why is it though, but when it comes to politics, no, this don't apply no more. They do this shit with us when we were kids. Remember when we were kids, if anybody put their hands on you, you beat that ass. I support that, but you don't go putting your hands on people first. That's what your mom and daddy taught you, right? Until it got to them folks. For some reason, they can slap us around, and then pastors and everybody else telling us, hey man, you just need to turn that chick. No, bitch, nigga, no. You're not gonna teach me one way with my own people and teach me different with the other ones. No. Right is right and wrong is wrong. People don't want to sit there and stop letting these people gas like you. That's all this is. It's a 100% complete gaslight. That's it. Right, let me finish. Hold on.
In 1882, they passed the Chinese Exclusion Act. No person from Asia could come to the U.S. and those who were already...
Hold on, let me see what the comment section says. People don't vote in the last election. Okay, ask me how they go when they go to the gas pumps. You wanna know how I feel when they get to the gas pumps? I'm gonna say somebody in the comment section said the Pope didn't vote. Let me ask you the same question. So you act like gas prices don't go up and down for every goddamn reason. I remember under the Democratic Party, under Barack Obama himself, hurricanes were coming through and the gas prices were going up. A spill off the ocean makes the gas prices go up. You know what these shits are called? They're called excuses. Because for some reason, their culture always wins at the end and our culture always loses at the end. You think this gas prices problem is affecting their community to the point like that? No, when it gets too far out of hand, they're gonna fix it. You wanna know how? It's a game. When someone owns the money and controls the money, they can do whatever the hell they want. You just a player in it. So you can get mad at me and say that I'm tripping when it comes about, I don't care. I am telling you, ma'am, sir, whoever made the comment, this. If you want something for yourself, you gonna have to go through something to get it. They not gonna do it till you make them. This is not about like. Stop letting them sing Negro spirituals to you. Who cares? I want tangible things for my children. I want the gas prices to drop. You wanna know how you make that happen? Stop capitulating to the shit they talking about. Because for some reason, I always notice this with some black folks. They love the Democrats. They always do this. They get amnesia like a bitch when they party in office. And I'm not a Republican. I don't vote this crappity. I'm not going to get involved in the game and make me look stupid. I'm saying to you, when the Democrats get in office, does your life just all of a sudden get better? Oh shit, black folks, woo, we can relax. Cops ain't fucking us up no more. Jobs are abundance. You know what I'm saying? They just have housing for us. We're not suffering. And then idiots like myself, we just say, I don't want to vote. I just want to make it hard for ourselves. And I'm going to make it rough by not voting at all. No, nigga, it's the same thing regardless of who's in there. I don't know why y'all keep saying it like it ain't. Like we didn't get 20 million illegal people dropped on us while your people were in office. 20 million. And they still getting benefits you can't get. Go ask Karen Bass in LA how many times she set aside money for black folks, but she's setting it aside for them. Come to Atlanta. Come to Atlanta right now and ask me why it ain't no heterosexual black men working no goddamn well. Oh, it's Trump. He's the one doing. Oh, because when Biden was in office, jobs was abundance. No. Jobs was not abundant. Then they're not abundant. Now it is a game. You are a tool, and you don't mind being one, obviously, because you keep falling for the okie doke. You the ones in them bad relationships with people who just keep fucking you over. You keep believing them. No, when people show you who they are, believe them. It is simplistic. This is how it go. For people who've been in healthy relationships, they know this is how it go. Hey, I have a problem with you, ma'am, sir, that I'm dating because you hurt my feelings, this, that, and the third. And then the other person says, I didn't intend to do that. How did I do that? What can I do to fix it? Well, you can do X, Y, and Z. That starting tomorrow, I promise I'll do that. I'm so sorry. That's a healthy relationship. You know what's not healthy? Hey, you guys agree with me with it. Man, shut up, man. Stop whining, man. Your grandparents got beaten for you to vote. Stop whining. No, I didn't ask you to deflect onto another conversation. I'm telling you. My culture, your culture, the one you keep telling me is, you're telling me that this culture is suffering. You, Roland Martin, likes to tell us the statistics all the time of where we're suffering. So when you're sitting down with Kamala Harris, instead of asking her about her greens, why didn't you say, as the number 2 in control, why you didn't push harder for this, that, and the third? You don't even have to come at her hard. Just ask the bitch the question. Y'all, let me say this to you. Believe you me, you do not have to control the entire narrative if you telling the truth. But you ever notice this? Politicians get pre-recorded questions. You can't ask them nothing. You can't get close to them. You can't question nothing. Everything is vetted. You want to know why? Because they lying. And you sitting back thinking it's just because no, it's all a game. That's all it is. That is why every time you look up, you find out 10, 20 years later, why the shit happened to you. You do realize, because like I hear people say stupid shit like this and that. Man, why all the people get on crack? Because they didn't know what the fuck they were doing until it was too late. That's why. But once people realize, hey man, this shit fucking lies up, guess what happened? It tapered off. You wanna know why? Because we ain't stupid. I'm just gonna keep saying this. Pre-2020, black people, our income is dropping from there, but inflation is through the roof. It did not start when Trump first got into office. It is all a game. Who you gonna put in office that has talked to you on that side? And what did they say that made you feel comfortable enough to say, yes, I want to vote for them? That's all I'm saying when it comes to that. Because I haven't heard anything. Because if you say it, I'm gonna vote. That's the thing people don't get. People say the stuff like we just saying, nah, we don't do the vote thing. No, bitch, tell me something to vote for or give me something and I will. You give me more Marcel Dixon. He's the only one. I can't vote for him because I don't live in his district, but he's the only one that I know of personally, Marcel Dixon out of South Carolina, that I would vote for because I know he would ride with the culture. He will. They are supposed to rattle fellas. I get so sick and tired of them, man, what are they supposed to say? They gotta play the game. Why? Why do you have to play the game? Get into office. Okay, great. We got him there. Great. Now what do he do? Well, you know he can't do nothing. They blocking everything. You know you just gave him an excuse, another excuse. I want something for mine. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, let's keep playing. Yeah.
Here could not be citizens. This was the argument that was.
I'll give it to some of you people like this now. You gonna make a blanket statement. This man gonna help you get nothing. Hey, go ahead, keep voting. That's all I'm gonna keep saying. Keep voting. And in 4 years, when you got your little pretty little stick on your chest again, you're gonna be talking about how the world crashing down again. Because you must be 20. This must be your first time on the block. Because I remember this. I remember George Bush being the boogeyman. I remember when they said this man's going to burn the entire world down. Couldn't get no worse than the Bush family. Michelle Obama handed this nigga one piece of candy, and now all of a sudden he all good with black folks again. Won't he the one just as messed up as Trump? You got your man, Mr. Bill Clinton, who play on the saxophone. Love him on death. Now he all on Pedo Island, all up in here. You think he good people? The man who signed the 94 crime bill? You think he good people? You think Joe Biden, the guy who wrote it, is good people? So I ain't taking you nowhere. I'm not trying to lead you nowhere. I want you to use your motherfucking brain is what I want you to do. No, you want to keep getting your pretty little sticker so you can get on Instagram and show everybody that how you supported the system and how you did your job. You ain't did nothing. All I'm saying is collectively, let's build something. That's it. Let's build something, and sometimes you're gonna have to act like an uppity woman sometimes when it comes to these people. And all black folks are saying that they ain't voting is this. If you want it, give me something, I'll vote. And the same party that you said, I can't do nothing for you just like they will do for you. Talking about them folks. Them same folks ain't gonna give you nothing. They won't even tell you what they gonna do for you. Just answer that question. Whoever put that comment together, you're still in here, just answer that question. Answer that question. What did they say they gonna do for you? Oh, I know. We're gonna get Trump out of there. Okay, he's gone. Great. Woo. I don't want to be in a relationship with any people that I'm just trying to find a calm spot in there. No, bitch, I want to have a successful relationship. They got you voting just not to get your ass beat. And I'm just saying like this, for black folks, it's always bad. I want you to tell me this, whoever made that comment in there. I want you to make this statement. Can you tell me what year? Just take since 2000. Since 2000, can you show me what year black folks was not the bottom barrel of every statistic that we shouldn't be the bottom of, being that we are the most indigenous people on this soil? Can you show me 1 year where black folks did better than anybody else? Or can you show me over and over again how we always fail? I know, it's just our own fault because we didn't do it right. This is the one thing I don't understand. Never got this even from a young age. You've had your man or your woman. I don't care what the sex of it. You've had your people in office. And when they were in there, did it get better? That shouldn't be a around the world and back again question. We keep coming back to it. No, it's a simple fucking solution. Hey, we got a problem. We need to fix it. Okay, what's the solution? Reparations. Okay, well, let's figure that out. Okay, we don't want to do reparations. Okay, then what do you have then? It can't just be we need to get the people in here for reparations, but until then we ain't gonna do nothing. Can someone give me a solution for something? If reparations ain't the answer, then what is the solution? It can't just be voting. We voted. You had Biden, ma'am. I know you're a Democrat. You had Biden. How'd you feel when all the immigrants was taking over your neighborhood? That's all I'm saying. Stop voting, you just legitimizing the system I'm agreeing with. So stop voting. Yes, you stop. I agree with stop voting because all you do is legitimize. I said that earlier. Same thing. I totally agree with the murder in the comment section. The same thing. It's like with anything else. If you in a bad relationship, let me show you like this, since for the simpletons who don't understand that. If you watch the What's Love Got to Do with It movie with Ike and Tina Turner. Ike beat Tina. Now I don't agree with this story. I heard this is all fluff and it's just a movie, but I'm just saying for the context of the conversation. Ike was whooping her ass every day. Bow, bow. Whooping her friends, whooping up on everybody. Tina said, I'm gonna put my foot in that ass. Did you notice that last time she cracked that window? Now the old Ike would have went out there and whooped her ass again, but he ain't want that fight. Why? Because she started respecting herself. You want me to keep getting my ass beat hoping to get better. I ain't never seen a culture of people who they got people that, we the only culture, they got people who they telling us to celebrate who took ass whoopings. And I'm not disrespecting our people. I'm just saying this. You gonna have to show me power and strength for me to be out here glorifying it. I agree. If nonviolence was a strategy, I support them for trying something new and different because they got their, this is what I always say about the civil rights movement. People like to, oh Lord, somebody keep your comments to a section in there, man. Y'all getting us restricted inside there, man. Keep it coming. I'll get them the thing flag. Calm down, man. Am I triggering people? Hold on. All right, hold on. All right. Okay, so I'm with. Okay, yo, please up. Seriously, they're flagging me, man. Hold on. All right, I don't know if it's me or you. Hold on. Look, let me calm down. Let me say this. Hold on. Let me say this. Let me kind of share the live too, so maybe we keep it going, because otherwise they're gonna block it. Hit the like button too. I'm gonna say this. Let me calm down, because I'm sitting there yelling with my sister. I know it's probably a woman. Hopefully it was a woman. I don't want to fight with black people. I don't want to lead black people. I am just a black person who understands that I get up every day and I have to sit here listening to people doing things that makes us look like we're insane. No, I'll tell you this. I remember there was one time when they used to say, I put it like that, I'll even go about it this way. Someone can tell me I can get up every day and eat pizza as long as I do cardio, I'll be fine. Now, to them, they make sense, but that shit ain't real. In reality, you gotta eat a certain way, you gotta move a certain way for things to be better. Even better, I'll even put it like this. If you wanna get in shape, you're gonna have to go earn it. See, what these people want me to do, they want me to take Ozempic and cut a corner. I'm not cutting corners. I can't cut a corner. Ozempic is not gonna cut a corner. You're not gonna get healthy just off of Ozempic. I'm not saying that you can't. I'm not just saying allegedly, I don't know. I'm just saying, I think it's better if you go through the trials and tribulation and do it the proper way. It's like building a house. Yes, I can throw some 4 walls up and keep moving and then we have some shelter, but is it structurally sound? I don't think it is. And I need for the thing to get structurally sound is what we need to have. And see, what I'm frustrated with us is this. They have us fighting over stuff down here about stuff we should all be in solidarity about, and stop listening to people telling you that if someone is only promoting part of the culture and telling you they don't like the other part of the culture, then that's a person that's an enemy of the culture. What am I saying? I don't come out here and just say, man, black men need to be out here killing it right now and these bitches need to do it. No, I wouldn't say that because I don't feel that way. I'm a black family advocate. We need healthy black families. A healthy black family is, if I'm fighting for anything, I'm fighting so black men can work again. Have some respect about themselves so they can go lead their households. I want women to be soft again so they can go home and cook a meal without having to feel some type of way because she's working and having to do both of them. I don't want her to keep feeling that. You do? Because I don't. And all I know is that progressively the shit gets worse every year. It doesn't matter who's in office. And say what I'm tired of is that we keep going back and forth with this over and over and over again. And all people like myself are doing this saying, hey, let's try a different strategy. Fine, you want to keep voting. Well, can you at least say to them before you vote, what are you doing for me? Because it can't be, let's get Trump out of office, because you do understand this. You have to understand this. All Trump is what every other president is. He's just crude with it. And see, for me, I like my racism open. At least that way I ain't got to pretend. Biden out here kissing babies and shit like that, and he don't like you. So you like being lied to? I don't like being lied to. I hate it. Don't lie to me. Tell me the truth. Even if the shit hurts, tell me the fucking truth. See, I think that's what people don't understand, why people don't get mad at the Republicans. They tell you the truth. I don't like you, nigga. Okay, I get it. I don't like you either. And I'll never vote for you. But you got these people running around, hey, let me go down to your church and kiss your babies and play with some hot sauce and do some stupid shit like that. And then, well, after we do all that, then you gonna vote for me. And then I'm gonna say, hey, Congressman, they gonna say, I don't know you, bitch, get away from me. That's what they do to you. Remember, every politician that, mind you, this one thing I'm gonna tell y'all, that we are the only culture that they make everybody in our culture has to be a superstar so we can all support it. White people just get to be politicians. No, we gotta have Stacey Abrams, the savior. Why is everybody gonna be a fucking savior? Everybody's celebritized, and then they be all come. Then Stacey hanging out with Oprah, and then and Oprah hanging with Tyler, and then you notice it becomes a celebrity thing. Everything is fucking celebrity, and then you find out celebrities be at Diddy parties. So should you be putting your stock into people who are just No, I don't put my stock into none of them. I say this all the time. Why is it that black society, everybody with money know each other? It sounds like somebody created a system to where we can control all the niggas in one spot and give these ones money, and they the only ones that gonna get it. That's what it feels like to me. See, I don't believe in coincidences. People just let people say anything to them and they believe in coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences. Why would I? Because if coincidences were a thing, then why the coincidence shit don't ever happen in a positive way for us? I can tell you this is how bad it's got. And I'm going to stop. I'm going to play a little bit of it and I'm going to stop. It's gotten so bad in our culture. It's in our subconscious. It's epigenetics. When people say, man, you're doing it to yourself. Yes, you are. That was the way that it was designed. Until black people are willing to basically stand up and say, no, you're going to have to treat me better. That's all I'm saying, ma'am, to say that comment to me. I'm saying you want me to go stand in the line and vote for you. I'm telling you, bitch, you're going to have to do something to get me to do that. You know how y'all keep saying women need to stand and they need to stand? Okay, I'm going to act like a woman with I'm a diva now. That's what I'm going to act like. Man, why you acting like a diva for? Because divas get what they want, right? That's all I want. Just want you to do your job. That's all black folks is saying. And see, this is, and I'm going to say this and I'll leave it alone, I promise you. You act this way because you've never been treated well. That's what people don't realize. See, when you have had nothing but bad relationship after bad relationship after bad relationship in every aspect of your life, from your boss to your relationship with him or her, your man, your woman, their relationship with your mom and your daddy's relationship with them, we have been in nothing but toxicity and bad relationships. So when you're dealing with stuff like this, all you're doing is that the Democrats just speak nice to you. I'm just gonna be nice to you. And then what you do, you start to say, man, he was the only person who was nice to me. It was him. But at the end of the day, you got to stop and ask yourself, why is it nothing fixes for my culture? Hold on a second. They do this every time. Hold on. There you go. You're going to have to remember this. Every time in our culture, we're not supposed to always lose. It does supposed to get better. You have to believe that. But I believe that's why they like to push church into politics now. Because church does the same thing. Everything is going to come later. So you get comfortable with your own destruction. And all that I'm saying in the process of this, it don't supposed to be like this. Look, when I travel now, everywhere I go, there's always some random white person there. White person, excuse me, allegedly. Every corner of the earth I go to, they're always there. They're always living a decent existence. They're getting to do some of the things you think of as dreams, they do on a Tuesday. My dude, ma'am, sir, my family, people, I love y'all. And I'm saying to you, you supposed to be in Bali on a random Tuesday just because you want to, not because it's a dream life that you got to live. And I'm telling you, them people, the average one of them people live that existence, and they're using these tools to get it done. Church, politics, things like this, organization groups, they actually do things to help. And it ain't just politics. I always say this about all aspects of life. If you are gonna call yourself an organization and you're serving the people, I don't care if you serving them peanut butter, you serving them mental health, I don't care what you serving. If you say I'm here for the people, then it should be something that the people can come to you for if they need you. Because I am feeding you. And see, what they're telling us is that they don't have to do nothing for us. I'm not gonna be in no relationship with people like that. If we were having a relationship talk right now, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're in a relationship with a person who is, like, class example, two people get into relationships, they break up all the time, or they get into really bad arguments. One person, a lot of times, don't want to sit there and hold themselves accountable. I see this all the time, men and women see it all the time, don't want to hold themselves accountable. And then they don't do it until you do what? Until you're just done. I'm done. I can't do this shit anymore. And you just move on. Okay, I'll do it. Why do they do it then? Because they feel you're leaving now. But what you used to do with them all the time is the exact opposite. You just say, I'm done. They say, all right, come on now. I'm playing with you. I'm going to do the right thing. And then they'll pretend to do the right thing for 3-4 days, and then suck you back in, and nothing's going to work. That is politics for you, ma'am. That is politics to us. All of us, that's what we experience. We're experiencing that. And I ain't telling you, you are worth more than someone just giving you lip service and a sticker. That's all I'm saying. All right, let's finish the thing. I'm sorry, guys. I'm doing all this.
Was used to create in 1896 what we know as Plessy versus Ferguson. separate but equal. The work of Black, Native American, along with Asian people led to the 1943 repeal of the Chinese Exclusion Act. This victory provided legal and organizing energy for the Civil Rights Act of
I want to know why we're talking about the Chinese.
1964 that gave us full citizenship. This timeline is about faith, moral courage, and politics.
Okay.
Politics literally means the affairs of the city. For those who say they don't do politics.
No, sir. He doesn't get the right to use the letter of the law to make a statement, because that's not what that young man is saying. Dr. Amos Wilson, I say this all the time. This is one of in my head, he's an ancestor of mine, my elder. Go look him up if you've never heard Dr. Amos Wilson. Dr. Amos Wilson said this about laws. They're only good as the ones that they're getting, sorry, can't even get it out. Laws are only as good as the ones that you can get them enforced. So don't give me the letter of the law. You need to show me where this has actually applied to our culture. And see, Roland does that a lot. He likes to give you the letter of the law. And I say to people like that, I'm an equal opportunity employer. I don't discriminate against race, creed, sexuality, any of this. And I'm going to tell you, the person who works the hardest is going to get the job. That's what it says on the application until you show up. And then all white men got all the white tea men got all the jobs and the positions and all the money and everything, and all the black folks on the floor. Why? Because this is not an equal opportunity employer. It just says it on paper. And so these people, again, I guarantee this pastor ain't hurting for money. He ain't hurting for land, income, space, or any of this stuff. He's not hurting for any of these things. And so what I would say to him is that if I'm not, like for me, I'm not hurting for income. Seeing that I'm not hurting for income, I don't have to do this. I do this is because we supposed to. To whom much is given, much is required. And you don't get to stand in front of people and tell them, keep being done. Don't worry, I'm doing good this way, so you probably should be doing. No, think about their position, not just your own.
To choose not to vote and not to be informed is to give your power to people who want to take your rights away. The Supreme Court recently heard a case from this administration.
And it can't just, the same people who like to do that out there. Man, the Republicans want to take all your rights away. Okay. Okay. All right. So when they take them all away, you gonna save them, right? Because I've learned this. Every time the Republicans put a law on the books that the Democrats can come back and repeal, they never repeal them. You say, hey, bitch, why you didn't come and repeal that when you got in office? Oh, we had other stuff we had to do.
Administration that seeks to appeal or to reshape a portion of the 14th Amendment and put back in place a portion of the Dred Scott decision and the Chinese Exclusion Act based on their legal argument. Thankfully, most, let me say it again, most, not all of the Supreme Court, those on the Supreme Court, sounded annoyed and skeptical of the Trump administration's case to take away birthright citizenship. This is why.
Okay, people, for whom don't understand, this is what they do to us. Remember, maybe Roland was doing this too. Remember about 10, 15 years ago, it was, man, this voter ID problem we got, man, this voter ID problem, man, they gonna have where your granny can't go vote because she ain't got no ID. And I stopped, I used to think to myself, nigga, everybody that I know got an ID. I don't know any person who does not have any form of ID. You can't live in this country without ID. And then it dawned on me. That's who they're talking about. People who don't have IDs. They're not talking to black people. They're talking to immigrants and illegal ones at that. And they did it pretending it was for you. Same way affirmative action was supposed to be for us. And it ain't for us either statistically. So now he's trying to tell us about birthright citizenship. Nigga, you are of this soil. That is not for you. This is for immigrants who are fighting to have babies on this soil and to make all of them legal. That's it. I can't listen to people in powerful positions anymore because they always bought and paid for by them folks. I don't know him. But what I am telling you is this mindset is not independent to black people. This is an inclusionary way of thinking that we have to be with other people at all times, and we need to help. They need help. Don't nobody do that. You need a tight unit. Let's use them little hat people. All right, let's just use them. You know the little hat people I'm talking about. I can't say their name because the whole thing gets shut down. Ain't that amazing how a small group of people can control such a massive amount? They own code all the time. What they ain't gonna do is run campaigns like this guy and Roland trying to call us stupid. What does one little hat person talk about another one like that openly? And tell her, or what does one have the other one saying stupid shit for the whole culture? No, why don't we be able to do what they do? I'll say it this way. Why is this so hard for all politicians to get? Man, it's gonna make white people mad. I don't care. This is what I'm going to say. You think they're not mad that they said these so-called Native Americans got all that land? They mad about they get over it. You think they ain't mad with all these immigrants coming in? They get mad about it. They go to work every day and they get over it. No, that is another excuse on why I don't want to give it to you. But you should get it. Same with them little hat people. You cannot tell me them little hat people can get all of these set-asides, social services, land, income, credit cards, reparations, all this jazz, and you telling my people I can't do not one thing for you. I can't. But I can get on every panel every time I run and talk about how messed up things happen just to you. So what do I supposed to do with that when you are telling me I love you, I want you to do better, but I just can't do nothing for you? So generally when people hear that from people, they say, well, shit, I gotta move on and do something different. See, for me, I don't think we should just be talking about voting. Why we ain't talk, why this whole situation, why we don't come in here and talk about other solutions we don't do? Like class example, like literally, everybody has institutions other than us. Why we ain't talking about literally like regional? We can pick a state, we can pick a city. If the majority of the people here was in Atlanta like me, we can say, hey, like, let's pick an institution so we can figure out how to do some type of educational institution. Hell, at this point, adults are suffering so bad, maybe we can build something that adults can all eat off of together. Maybe we can do a susu or a collective or something. I know black folks we can't put our money together. I don't want your money. I don't think anybody should want it. Don't put it where anybody can get it. It needs to be these are ways to get it. What it is that they play on our biggest fears. They take all of our worst of everything. I always say this, whether it's, showing you a heterosexual relationship between black men and black women, they're gonna show you the worst of us. That man gonna be whooping her ass. She ain't gonna listen to nothing. That's what they're gonna keep showing you. They ain't gonna show you the healthy ones that he does his job, she does her job. They don't show you that. So in actuality, your subconscious, all you have now is a negative reference point about heterosexual couples. Same thing, polygamy couples. They're gonna show you the most toxic when it comes to them people right there. All of them toxic. But then they're gonna have some that are healthy and they're thriving in that. I'm not saying that for everybody. What I am saying is that, yes, you can always show me the negative, show me the positive. I want to build something. You can't just keep telling me all the problems to the solutions that I come up with without giving me a solution to your problem. So let me finish.
Why we are called to do two things. Stay informed, not through a headline or your phone or social media, but do something, let me tell you right now, so revolutionary,
I appreciate that.
So dangerous, so subversive it could get you in trouble. Read a book.
And I noticed that too. I'm gonna tell you something that bothers me about older black men like these dudes. They always want to shame somebody. Read a book. They'll say that Roland, Simple Simons, all this other stuff. I'm saying to you, and when I see a young black male who's fucking up, I don't come, hey, little nigga, get over. I don't talk to him in that type of way. You are a path. I wish I could show y'all on TikTok this. This dude is well-groomed, put together, and I would say like this now. If I said to you, boy, get your ass over here, how you gonna feel? You think I'm going to receive you? I get class example. I saw a guy online the other day. I can't think of his name right now, but it's a guy, black guy, bald head. He's really popular. He was giving the game to people about business, stuff like this. But he's always telling black men how he's here to support them. But he's very arrogant. Now, he gives good game from time to time. I'm not saying he doesn't. But I always say like this. Are you trying to be effective or are you just trying to be a dick? Oh, excuse my language. I'm sorry. I'm sitting there using the word. I forgot I'm online. Because my whole thing is like this. I can talk to you and then kind of, I match your energy. Now, if you come at me in some way, I'm gonna match your energy. Oh, no. I'm not the let me slow it down so I am not the take the high road person. No, sir. Go in my comment section. Get slick with me. I swear to God, we'll go load in the mother. That's how we do it. But I match your energy. But I'm always gonna start with respect. I give it because I demand it for myself. So if I'm trying to get through to young black voters, I'm not gonna give him a history lesson and then at the end basically degrade him at the same time for cheers and an admiration from the crowd. Because what is the end game? Is it to shame him or to educate him? Because at the end of this, all you did was give me a history lesson on the 14th Amendment on birthright citizenship. What the fuck does that have to do with people who are citizens? We are voting about birthright citizenship, and the people that you're telling us we need to make sure we protect it are already citizens. You can't. Roland, you need to get your voter ID together, but you have to have the ID to go get it together. Anyways, I digress. Let me almost finish. I promise, guys, we almost finished. I'm sorry, we almost finished.
One book that I place on your docket at this moment is a book entitled One Person, No Vote: How Voter Suppression is Destroying Our Democracy.
Now, the person who wrote this book, One Person, No Vote, is Carol Anderson. I actually respect her. I remember this one. I know who this woman is. I don't have any disrespect for her. But I think people don't understand. I don't disrespect the vote. The letter of what the vote's supposed to represent makes perfect freaking sense to me. Hey, I get glad of them. I'm so sick and tired of this neighborhood being run down in my city. You know what I'm gonna do? Let me see what the criteria is for me to run for city council. Okay, I have to do this, and this. Let me get that together. Great. Hey guys, I'm running for city council because I want to fix this neighborhood, man. That needs to be fixed. The court needs to be picked up there. We could get more books to the school. Put me in office. That's what I want to do. Sounds good. Then when you get to that level, you say, man, I can do more than just this. He said, you know what? If I had the whole control of the whole budget, I would do this because the mayor's an idiot. Well, let me run for mayor. These things make sense. This isn't how it works for us. We will get one person who obscurity will come out of nowhere that we've never heard of, i.e. Barack Obama. One moment he's not around, next moment he's a household name. Fast forward, you don't realize this, but he's hanging out with Kamala Harris 20 years ago. This woman pops out of nowhere too. You know how when I first heard her, let me say this, I'm slowing down, I'm gonna get back to her. You know when I first heard of her? None of y'all knew who the fuck she was before she started running for office. No, you didn't. You didn't know who she was. Unless you was out of California, you didn't know who she was. I remember when a lot of us found out who she was. I remember that Jason Black said this. I was listening to the Black Authority. And he says, hey, this woman named Kamala Harris is running for president, and she's gonna announce on Martin Luther King's birthday. It just so happens she did that. And they've been shoving it down her throat about her being a sister girl all this time. And I want to say to people right now, never one time and let's say it this way, she has never one time spoke to anything that you need. She just popped out of nowhere, same way Barack Obama did. And I want people to understand this. These people don't just pop out of nowhere. Y'all, like, class example. You ever notice that they talked about the Malcolm X's? You watched the Malcolm X movie, right? Malcolm X hit the ground. He wouldn't talk to the people. And y'all don't even realize Malcolm X wasn't as large as y'all think he was. He was getting there, but they was making sure they was stifling him. We kind of glorified him even better after the 90s. He became like even bigger. I'm not saying he wasn't iconic. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is that he had to hit the ground running. He had to do things on the ground. He had to go door to door. People got to know him. They got to trust him. They saw him out there. I don't trust people who just pop up and then white people validate you. Because I remember with Obama, I'm going to tell you when I knew Fix was in. Oprah came out first. Ooh, this guy right here want to run for. I said, Oprah ain't never said nothing about nobody, about no politics, nothing. But all of a sudden this dude in now, he hanging with Tyler Perry and Will Smith. So now he's just a celebrity at this point. I don't want my politician to be no. If I'm running for office, I don't need celebrity around me. Why y'all around me for? What I need you here for? You ain't doing nothing for the people. You just making money for yourselves. See, I think that's the problem. I don't think people you know what? Let me stop because I'm gonna keep going. Y'all ain't gonna think I'm sounding like a broken record. Let's keep going.
By Dr. Carol Anderson. The second thing that I ask is require anyone of age who lives in.
All right, so the girl, what's your name, darling? A Jersey girl in VA. You said they didn't pop out of nowhere. The Dems knew they wanted, and they pushed them out there. Okay. So my thing is like this now. So they pushed them out there. We're all complaining that the Democrats refuse to do anything for us. So where did these people come from? Why did they push them out there? Because they're not doing anything for us. So again, it sounds like to me, they were put there. See, I always think people don't understand when it comes down to, and I'm not saying you don't understand, so I'm not saying this to you. I think what we don't understand in politics, period, is this. There is no grassroots in politics. They snuffed them people out. You don't get that anymore. Everybody's always connected. Like, if it wasn't like that, where's the independent person that's running? That everybody loves, that's black. A lot of black people could run, but then too, why you gonna run and you know you ain't gonna get nothing done? That's why people don't run like that. I'm gonna tell you like this, the reason why people are not voting, let me say it like this and I'll leave it alone. The reason why people are using the nonviolent vote is because, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think there's anything left other than, and so you can't aggregate your funds, and I'm gonna tell you why you can't aggregate your funds and just buy black. I'm gonna tell you why that doesn't work. But I think a lot of people are saying, I don't see any other option that doesn't include violence other than the vote. And I get that. Don't nobody want to feel no freaking pain. So they say, hey, if we can, and I get what a lot of voters are saying, man, if we could just all vote, we could finally start getting some progress in this thing. And I just say to them people, but you've had it. And they still didn't do the progress. But then they, like Biden in 2020, his first term, he had all of them. And he chose not to do anything. And see, Roland would then say at that moment, well, did you ask him for it? No, nigga, that ain't how it worked. You told me to vote for him because he cared about what I needed. That's how you paint the picture. You don't get to paint the picture that way at the start, and then when we do it, I have to tell him how to do everything. Why is he the motherfucker running for office if he don't know nothing? No, like this. I'm a black person. This is how we saw Obama. This is how we looked at. We knew Obama was not gonna go out here and smoke blunts on the front yard of the White House and party. We didn't want none of that. This is what we said. This is what we thought. We finally got a Negro in there, so he's gonna say, hey, while I'm snuffing out Al Qaeda and I'm protecting this, that, and the third, I'm gonna still make sure that black people get something. This is all niggas. It wasn't even reparations. It was just like, man, I feel like now we may get a break when we start moving forward. And all you proceeded to get under that man was the most violent impugning of black folks on the street by the protecting service themselves. And then he signs his blue light law to make it even easier for it to happen. So you can tell me that I'm tripping, that I'm wrong. I'm just gonna keep saying to you like this. I look at results. I don't look at nothing or who's being nice to me. I've seen women right now with men plenty of days talking about how I love you, daddy. You great, daddy. I love you, daddy. I love you. So the man out there say, man, I can't stand that nigga. He get on my nerves. He's lucky he rich. What? And this is on both sides. I've seen this before. So I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I don't know why you think just because they talk nice it's going to happen. No, you need to see the results. And the results can't always be the other side's worse. No. We want more than just, we want more than just that. That's all I'm saying.
In your house to be registered to vote. If they're going to live up in your house and they are not registered, they don't need to be living up in your house. If you're not registered, you can't sleep here. Let's get ready for November, not in November. Let's get ready for November right now.
Okay, because I know Rose is going to probably go back to him.
The sentiment that...
I guess what the pastor, I would have said if I was in his crowd, I know me, I would have said this. I would say, excuse me, pastor. Pastor, he ain't going to probably want to respond to what I'm saying. You just told me I was stupid for not being prepared and I can't live in your house. And I understand that. I won't say that if you don't, but I just need to understand, what am I voting for? Can you tell me? So that way I know where I'm standing in line for. I just need to know. I like to know shit. Can you tell me? And I don't think he's going to be able to tell you.
That brother was speaking about that Reverend Otis Moss laid out.
Come on,
critiqued is one that I often hear.
Mm-hmm.
And what really gets on my nerves, Robert, is when I listen.
I know you did Jersey Girl. I was just playing it. I'm with you.
These black folks, and a significant number are black men who yell tangibles, tangibles, tangibles.
Let me tell y'all, ladies, the ladies that's in the conversation, this is why we have a rift between black men and black women. It's because black men who's supposed to have a name and respect for themselves, he's causing a rift. Why if your man that you respect, love, and honor, your father the whole nine, and says, I'm not doing something, and it's like, he's not doing it, Mr. Earl down the street ain't doing it, Mr. Johnny say he ain't doing it, instead of it sounding like all them is idiots and he's smart, you may want to say, why is our men not wanting to vote? And it can't be, it's all negative. You know what he's not going to do? They're never going to do this because this is not part of the narrative. You're never going to hear, a large portion of this is black women doing this stuff. They're not going to do that. Oh, God, no, you're not going to do that. Oh, no, you're not going to do that. And I'm not trying to cause a rift between us, but I'm just saying there are certain narratives that are accepted and then there's some that are not. And I'm going to just tell you right now, to keep blaming black men are telling you, this is how it goes. I'm going to tell you like this. Roland needs to understand this. If I'm in a relationship with a woman and she hurts me and I want to break up, she said, I can fix it, I can fix it, I can fix it. She can say that all day long. I choose whether or not I want to fix it at this point. She can choose whether she stays or not, but I get to choose whether I pick it or not because that's how I want it. What I need Roland to understand is this. You can't shame black men. If black men say we only vote for pigeons, you can say, man, that shit's stupid. It may be stupid, but this is all we gonna vote for. So what you should do is get some pigeons in play versus telling us we stupid to do it. Because that's what's happening. You are not going to tell people who are telling you they're not voting unless you do something that they stupid. No, you need to address what they just said. A psychiatrist will tell you in a healthy relationship, when someone speaks to you and they tell you their grievances, you have to address their grievances. You do not get to deflect onto how it makes you feel. How dumb it is for them to feel that way. That is not healthy. That is emotional abuse. Roland is abusing us right now with this type of conversation. I am not lying. This is true. This is emotional abuse. He's trying to shame us into thinking a way that he wants us to feel without addressing the issues that we say we have. You cannot do that. That is not healthy. That means that Roland is acting like a narcissist. This is what a narcissist would say. He's not leaving room for the fact of what he's saying isn't always correct. I don't think people understand. Shut alive, man. Shut alive.
But then when you begin to say, okay, I want you to define that agenda, they only seem to say reparations. And when you ask, well, how are you going to get the votes, then they really can't go from there.
Okay. So just say we can't get the votes for reparation. Okay, great. That's what we wanted, right? Yeah, all right. So now, where are we at now? I asked for what I want. You said I can't have it. So what the fuck am I voting for? So you painted a picture like, yeah, you can't get it. What are you gonna do? Okay, well, fuck it. You're right. I can't do it. So if I can't get it, I don't need to vote. That's what I want. See, that's again, common sense isn't all so common anymore. Common sense would say, you just told me. And then you also just said another thing at the exact same time. He just told you. Because he always like to tell you, you got to get a black person in this position and a person who's going to advocate for it in that position and this, that, and the third. And you need 217 votes to do all of that. And you're not going to get them. Well, you're admitting that your party don't want to see us get what the fuck we want. So again, why would I vote for you? That don't make no sense. So you gotta make it make sense. What they keep just doing is shame. Shame is emotional abuse. Stop abusing me and do what I need you to do for me. This does not have to be a fight. Roland likes to get on and say, man, these people attacking me and everybody fight. This don't have to be a fight. Stop abusing me. and do what you're supposed to do. And until then, you cannot keep coming to me telling me, no, you're just looking at it wrong. No, the fuck, I'm not. This is what my core needs you to do. So to anyone who says that I'm crazy for demanding that you do something that I need you to do, I need you to ask yourself, why do you take less? And if you do, God help you in any relationship you're in, you're probably miserable, because I'm not going to be miserable.
And I challenge them all the time on this idea that, so if you don't get something before the election, then you're not going to vote, when the person you're asking of it can't actually give it to you unless there is a vote by the body.
Now, this is what I want to say to you guys, and I'm not going to keep, so I probably going to let it run a little longer, but this is one of the, I have to address this. This is when I say they think we have amnesia. No, bitch, we have the internet. We still remember. This was only a few months ago. Your lady is on the campaign trail. Roland, stop acting like black folks in the last 3 weeks said, you know what we want? We want reparation, and we're going to run down on Kamala and make her do it, even though she ain't even running right now. No, nickel, when she was in there, don't act like the same drum beat that we're beating now was not being beat then. So at that point, guess who it was supposed to have been on? Not us. We told you what we wanted. You're running for office. All you have to do is say, when I get in there, I'll take care of it. Roland, did she do that? No. She said one time, when somebody pressed about it, when she support reparations. That ain't what the fuck I just said. I support the person who gonna get it done. You wanna know what's tripping about me? That trips me out? They always say that the United States, President of the United States is the most powerful position in the world, and unless it's the Democrats. Trump does whatever the hell he wants. I'm taking the Gulf of Mexico. I'm stealing Greenland. I'm taking Cuba. I just want them all. Obama get in office. This man, I can't get it. Nothing. You couldn't get nothing. No, they just blocked everything. They keep. So what the fuck I vote for you for then? I like power. I like a person who's going to do something with his power. See, no, it's a game. See, this is what I keep telling people. People always say, many people Republican. No one wants to get involved in the process anymore. Let me say it to you dum-dums in the back who loves America but love it from a white tea mindset. The Boston Tea Party, let's use that. That thing when they supposed to rebel against Britain, you would say that they were wrong in this situation. But you don't, because you're an American. You say they did the right thing. So what I need black folks to do is to do this. Realize that even though Roland's melanated, Roland wants you to do things that's going to keep you subjugated. And all that I'm saying is this. You're not wrong for saying, I need what I need, and I'm willing to do anything to get it. Because everyone else does. It just doesn't make sense. Anyway.
That is the city council, the school board, the county commissioner, the state legislature, or Congress. And the problem that we have now with all of these people with cheap microphones is that they can yell, holler, and scream on social media, on podcasts.
See what I mean? Look, like, I haven't taken a shot at Roland and call him a porkly pig. I ain't said nothing. He look homely. He look drunk, right? Like he just had a big meal. So I ain't said none of that. Name calling always comes when you don't have substance. You ever notice that? See, when you ever seen a person who's just loaded with ammunition? They don't overtalk you. They don't get loud. They don't scream. They let you get it all out. They just sit there. Because all they think is, as soon as this motherfucker shut up, I'm going to bust him all over his head with this good shit. That's what it is. Name calling is, again, emotional abuse because he's shaming you. He wants to now pick at me. Like, I've accepted. I'm a YouTubian struggle streamer, Dr. Umar. It is fine. It's fine. It's fine. I get it. My validation isn't how many people the algorithm allows people to see. See, this is what people don't understand too. You can't shame me with the whole YouTubian struggle streaming with the bad microphone, because I can definitively tell you this. let my number, let my face get put into the algorithm where yours is at, I'll squash you every fucking time. And I know this to be so, and you do. So to me, I don't get mad at my little bitty numbers because the algorithm says, oh, no, he supports his own people too much. Let's get rid of him. Because you haven't noticed that. Roland can do numbers. Tamika Montgomery can do numbers. You see that, right? Classic example. Roland Martin has over 1 million subscribers, I think, on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. Then I'll take Tariq Nasheed. He has like 280-some thousand. I can definitively tell you, if both of them decide to put on an event tomorrow, and they needed people to come out from all over the country to do this, Tariq is going to smash Roland when it comes to that. You want to know why? His pulse is bigger with the people. So how his numbers don't reflect it. You want to know why? Just did this the other day. I watched Tariq on the regular. I went to look at his channel today. They have unsubscribed me from his channel. And guess who I do subscribe to? Who I didn't was Roland. I'm subscribed to Roland and I didn't subscribe to him. So what I need people to understand is that just because Roland has a big microphone and a lot of people that'll see him, doesn't mean he actually is here to help you. He's actually doing the worst. Because I'm gonna tell you like this, if we just use your common sense, look at it like this. Why would them folks that is your open enemy allow a person who is doing something to help you? Why would you give them a bigger platform? We know how they work. They always stifle people who do well. Kaepernick and other people who try to do something tangible for you. But all of a sudden, Roland can get 1 million subscribers and talk to the almost president of the United States and all of this. Common sense would tell me they don't consider him to be a problem. But I can definitively tell you this. Anytime I put up a post, anytime I tell you to do something, they're going to stop it. Any people like that. And I use Tariq as an example is because the man has the largest pulse on the grassroots, but his numbers don't reflect it. I know that that's not true what it is. This is the way they want it to look. They want you back. They don't, let me say it to you like this, and then I'll finish it out. The only reason why they want you to vote isn't because, and Roland's not pushing it because he said this is going to help you. This is the way that they're, you know what you are? You are a child to them, that they're giving them something to do to idolize their time. Excuse me. To monopolize their time so you won't be out here thinking for yourself. So as long as you're fighting me and fighting the next person on why it's so important to vote without you even stopping to ask yourself, what the fuck are we voting for? And while you're doing that, and that's all he talks about. Roland talks about voting all year long, every year. That's his lane. Don't matter who's in office. He's always talking about the next thing we need to do to get it, but no matter who in office, you never get any of it. And I said this the other day, you are the dog that's on the racetrack with a little dangly thing in the front. You running your goddamn behind, you running your ass off, but you just chasing something you ain't gonna never catch. But that's the game. I want more of my people to say to themselves, that is true. I keep voting, but nothing gets better for me. Why is that?
Say a whole lot, but say nothing at the very same time.
Sorry, guys, that was a commercial. Hold up.
And look, on that point, when we talk about tangible things for the African-American community, if you don't think that Biden delivered you tangibles, if you don't think Obama delivered you tangibles, if you don't think Clinton delivered you tangibles, then what the hell is Donald Trump overturning? What are all these executive orders getting rid of?
Is he gonna tell us what these things for us? Now, I didn't say Trump ain't overturning shit, but he made a statement like he was, nigga, you gonna have to. Is he going to, let's see.
If we haven't had any tangible things. Why are there now between 300 and 500,000 African-American women who are either unemployed or left the workforce as a result?
Can I say something to you guys? Let me hear y'all. Let me get you something with that, because he's going to talk about the workforce. Okay, so Donald Trump got in office. This is the game they run. So don't matter who. Donald Trump got in office, and so Sears, I don't know if Sears is still open, Target, Walmart, Amazon, little boutiques, all of them said just then, Donald Trump sent out the back call, don't hire black women. Or do these people just don't like you to start? Yes, that is the key. I don't think it works this way, sir, that Donald Trump gets in office and if that's the case, then white people are nothing but robots. You're fighting robots at this point. If he can just get in office and make them all feel this way. This isn't it doesn't make any sense. And again, he's not going to tell you something that tangible got for. This is what I need people. Let me finish and I'm going to
direct result of what President Trump did. Why are we seeing college admissions for African Americans, particularly in Ivy League schools, plummet as a result of the Supreme Court decision?
That's another thing. And he wants to talk about they ain't accepting us no more. I feel the same way about the Oscars and Grammys, the same way I feel about Harvard and Yale. Lock them. I don't need them. Why is your level of standard based upon their acceptance of you? That is the difference between you and me. I have high racial pride. I think my culture is the best. I think that our institutions can produce the best versions of us if we do it the proper manner. We don't need this. Why are you talking about that? Again, you give me tangibles. Can you tell me how he lowered our mortgages? Can you tell me where he did any of this? And I wanted to say this about the unemployment rate. Don't let them fool you. Let me tell you how the unemployment rate really works. I don't know if y'all even know this. Unemployment rate is 4%. Unemployment rate is 8%. Unemployment rate is high. Do you know the only people that is considered unemployed and they count numbers are the people who are actively getting an unemployment check? So that means Lil Ray Ray and them that just said, man, I ain't had no job in 6 years, man. I can't get no work. He's not counted. They're not counting any of those people. They're not counting the ones who applied for unemployment and got denied. They're not counting any of them. And you know, like I know, black man, black woman, you know how hard it is to get a unemployment. So it's higher for us. I can definitively tell you this. Let's use our common sense, not their fucked up statistics, okay? This is our common sense. Ma'am, sir, the job that you on, the girl who's sitting in her house right now on her computer watching this, you know the one sitting in front of her desk because she works from home. When y'all have y'all Zoom calls, how many black folks in that call? Brother, when you go out into the job and you out here on the construction line when you go out there, how many black men still left out there? So does it feel like just 4.6% of black folks ain't working, or does it feel higher? Because it is higher. I think people don't understand that. They're not counting you. These are lies. These statistics are not real. Use your common sense. If you look up every time you go to, when you leave work today, you will leave your house, you go anywhere, I want you to do something for me. I want you to look around. I want wherever city you in, I want you to look at who's working. Don't just bypass it because the one person who checked you out at the grocery store, the one person at Marshall's. No, I want you to look up and look who isn't working. First and foremost, black males ain't gonna be working at all if they heterosexual. Black women are now, y'all are feeling it too. They're replacing y'all with them folks from other countries. So this isn't a Donald Trump issue. This is a politics issue. You wanna know why? Who let them the fuck in here? Black man. They're talking about Trump right now, and you mad at him? I don't even like the orange dude. But at least for him, he's saying, let's get some people out of here so we can give some Americans some jobs. You didn't say nothing for 4 years when they dropped 20 million of them on us, on top of us. You want to now talk about the unemployment rate? Say, no. Sisters, I get it now. I see why y'all don't want to listen to men. I see why y'all can't follow some of these dudes' leads. How the hell is a man gonna tell you in one breath, yeah, let them all in here, man, let them all in here. And then next breath, man, we can't find no jobs, man. Nigga, you supported it. I don't understand why people don't understand. I'm not supporting my own demand. I support me. And these hokey dokes, these stats these people do, this should kill me anyway.
Taking away diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. Why are we seeing military leadership being purged of all black leadership? Okay. We went from Lloyd Austin being the...
I'm gonna just say something. Who is Sadiq, let me talk to you, brother. He put in here, I love our race as well, but bro, we are the worst statistical through violence, marriage, etc. Right. Let me tell you something, brother. We are a symptom, okay? Let me explain to you like this, why that I don't like when people say that. And no disrespect to you, I'm gonna tell you why I don't like that. If I take a young lady who walk her home to school and I kidnap her and I put her in the house and I do all kinds of strange things to her, and then I let her go one day, is she damaged? Yes. So now she goes off, she don't tell nobody what happened to her. She goes off, she tries to live a normal life, but she is fucked up in the head now, isn't she? But now she has kids and a husband, the whole nine, and now she's running them through the ringer and she ain't telling nobody why. That is black society, sir. Don't tell me about the symptom without telling me what solutions that they gave us. No, they are actively attacking you still. You want to talk about violence? Let's talk about violence. Okay. So now, violence starts with not being able to regulate your emotions. Do you know what affects you being able to regulate your emotions? Your diet. So if black people in the hood are full of high fructose corn syrup and GMO and food-like substances, and they're having Cheetos for breakfast because their mama ain't got no money, I'm going to tell you, and they on Adderall and Moderna and all this other crap that they're taking for these kids because they're forcing it on them. Yes, he's going to exhibit violence in a way that others don't. Again, don't give me the symptom without telling me the cause. You say that marriage rates are low. I wonder why. Women respect men who are respectable. If a man can't get out and make a way for himself, even if he's trying, eventually she, whether she likes it or not, is gonna have some level of resentment because she's gonna see another guy that they've propped up in front of me. He figured it out. That's a real man right there. And I hear it all the time. I remember I laughed so hard at Iman Shumpert. I laughed, and not to be disrespectful, but I laughed at him so hard because he was running around telling everybody right before he broke with Tiana, he was like, yeah, man, these real men pay for everything, son. Everything all day. And I'm like, yeah, when you make 50, 60, 70, 80 million dollars, it's very easy to say that. Yeah, man, the real men just don't even do that. And then you find out, this nigga ain't got no money. He ain't been doing this, he ain't did that, and I took this. And now he out here, can I get some of that back? I'm gonna need you to give me some of your stuff. What happened to all that G shit that men did? No, G shit can happen when you got it. See, my conjecture as far as culture is this. I can't stop until all of us have the option to be that man for our women. And it should be men who do better responsibility to pull others up with him. I heard two small hat guys say this one time. I was watching a video. The guy had one business. He said, my friend moved over from you know, that place. And he was like, he didn't have any money. He did, but they were lying. He was like, but he didn't have any money, but we were in the same business. So what I did is I split my business in half. So I could have made 3 million, but I made 1.5, but he has it. And so now he feeds his family, I feed my family. And then what we do, we grow business from there. And then whatever we do outside that, we do on our own. But that way he can always eat and I can always eat. Are you gonna make that sacrifice? Because I would. That's what we have to get to. That's the culture. That's how you build. We have to stop allowing all of our women. We have 8,000 women and 3 men that you're buying for because there's only 3 getting it. That's the buffer men. I think people need to understand you're going to have to get them back into position. Men, you included. You got to get yourself back into position. We have to build something. An industry, something that we can all eat off of. Example. If you are in the entertainment business, stop partnering with them folks because they put a cool 100 million in your pocket. I get it, nigga. Don't talk about people. I'm not counting your pockets. What I'm saying to you is, I use Kevin Hart as an example. Kevin Hart came out recently and he said he was partnering with some company. I know they taking his likeness. So which means is that let him have some more scandals that they don't want to associate themselves with. They'll take Kevin Hart's whole name, whole product, everything with him, and then he'll be left with nothing. All because he gave him a cool check. That check is temporary, sir. But then I watched his documentary after when he was going through a few years ago with all that stuff. His whole staff turned on him. He had all them people from the other cultures in the staff. One thing I know about a sister is this. You doing right or wrong in your business. If you doing right by her, she gonna protect that business to the end of the earth. These people, soon as they say, oh, it's blood and water, we're all gonna pile on him. What? That's why we don't build nothing. You have to purposely want to be a part of the culture. You have to want to do that. And it just seems like to me, like you say, and I know what it is, they handpick all the people that they put up there, that they want you to idolize. They do that on purpose. They had women chasing wanting to be Oprah for years, and then you realize she's some lesbian woman who could pretend to be a pedo herself. Ain't nothing nice about that lady. But they had us out here for years thinking that she should be our grandmamas and shit. This woman she ain't worth a damn. Top pair, I done heard things about this man. And I ain't talking about sexual. I'm just talking about period, about this thing. I just know to get to that level, these people are not nice people. Anyways, I'm almost finished, man. I promise we're almost finished.
Defense Secretary to the weekend hosted Fox and Friends, and they called that.
I appreciate you, my guy. I appreciate it.
Merit
Hit the like button, y'all.
So if you don't think these people are delivering for you, if you don't think you're getting anything out of it, then what the hell were all those executive orders that Donald Trump signed to get rid of those things? What was Doge cutting if there was nothing to be cut? And why are we seeing African?
No. You don't get to talk about Doge without. Doge, if y'all remember, said they found like trillions of dollars worth of like they was wasting money on humpback whales in South Africa, and people were trying to grow weed in Greenland. It was just all kind of crazy shit. No, what that is this. People, they are wasting the money that's supposed to come to us. Again, I don't understand why these people... Look, sir, I'm going to tell y'all just like this. I don't respect men who will sit here and be biased knowing that the party he protected won't spit on him. So if you know this, I know this, what do you think his woman think of him? I don't understand this thing. That is why we are not together. We are not together because the men with the money have no integrity. Ain't that a great strategy? That was a great strategy for black men. Take their integrity away, put them in. See, y'all don't realize that's what the dress is for. The dress isn't for just the humiliation. It's a humiliation. That's what I meant to say. It's a humiliation thing. It's not really about the dress. It is the fact that I need you to be my bitch. If you want some money, this is what you're willing to do. And so I'm trying to see y'all like this. That's a punking factor. And to me, I'm not about being punked. I have accepted that my financial status will hit a cap. And I have accepted that. Because at the end of the day, I need to live with myself. I cannot go out here when they say move left, I move left. Because one thing I'm gonna tell you, I haven't forgotten the Tyler Perrys and people of the world who's pushing that damn shot on all of us. Hey, you should do it for your grandma, your granddaddy. You should do it. I just want to make sure you're doing it. No, bitch, you don't get to say all that and then walk away and then don't bring it back up after you was wrong. Where's the apology? I'm sorry I got all y'all killed. I'm sorry. Where's the apology? They never do that. Remember, black folks out here campaigning for Obama. Why ain't nobody came out and said, oh, I'm sorry. We lost all that wealth under him. I'm sorry I told you he was good. My bad. No, they don't do none of this. They do it, they move on. This is what they did. I said it back in. I said it at the end of 2024. I promise I'll stop talking. After 2024, we was down at the end of the election. I said, watch these people as soon as Donald Trump get in office. They're going to forget all about this bad shit we living in right now. And it's going to be just about this man crazy. And just like clockwork, this man just crazy, but let's forget all the last 4 years of what we just went through. Forget all the black folks at these town hall meetings whining and complaining about these motherfuckers taking our community centers, our schools, our everything. They're just dropping them on us. Please fix it. Democrats, you say you love us. Please do this. Oh, no. Donald Trump is horrible. He's the most worst. You know, every time they want to bring it up, like I even say this, when they even bring up the Gina 6. I mean, not Gina 6. I said Gina 6. When they bring up the Central Park 5, I'd be like, bitch, the governor was a Democrat. The DA was everybody was Democrats. I was like, and y'all just keep talking about his news article. That dude just wrote I can put an ad in the paper saying they were fucked up. What does that mean? You ain't mad at the crew that actually did it to him? See, this is the hype. I'm just saying, y'all, look. One thing I'm gonna tell you I've learned in life is that they had us loving the people we should not love and not the people we should. I'll give you a classic example. I was a big Shaq fan back in the night. Now I'm a problem finish. I was a big Shaq fan though. And just so happened last night, I finished filming and everything, and I went upstairs and everything, and right in the studio, in the hallway, they was playing a documentary of the Orlando Magic. And I realized they never really became a dynasty because Shaq ego. I'm sitting here blaming Penny all these years, and it's Shaq's fault. They always had you loving the person you shouldn't love, and then hating the person you shouldn't. And it's just, to me, I'm not going with it no more. But anyway,
American unemployment tick up at a rate double what the overall unemployment rates are doing. Why are we seeing our communities being divested in, particularly educationally, as the Department of Education has decided?
Can you tell me when anybody did anything for your community? Oh, I thought all of us lived in projects, because that's what they say the rest of the day. Tomorrow, Roland will be talking about everybody living in projects. So where is this money that they invested in our community, sir? What organizations are they investing money into our, sir? I don't know none of these. I think you're just making shit up.
They're going to shut down because the lady from wrestling is in charge of the Department of Education. Why are we seeing fewer and fewer African Americans in air traffic controller positions? Because they put the guy from Real World versus Road Rules Challenge.
Why we got humpback whales? I mean, dude, it's like you can get down to air traffic controllers. You can tell us how messed up Trump is with them, but you can't understand how just on the most simplistic level. Hey, how about you just tell me what you gonna do when you get in there for me? No, we can't talk about it that way. We have to wait till we get in office and we have to do studies and we can't do it this way. Sir, what are you talking? You don't understand politics, sir. LDOT, you do not understand politics. I do. Air traffic controllers, they're losing their jobs because of Trump. We have to address this. And then we're gonna deal with the midgets and stuff after that. Man, shut up. This is the problem. People like him, he gets to sit here in front of you. You can't see him on TikTok, but you can on YouTube. These people like him, he gets to sit right here in front of you with his little ugly suit on and tell you dumb shit all day long. Because at the end of it, they say, hey, check your account. You got a $5,000 check for this. That's all this is.
They was charged to the FAA, and the first thing they did was get rid of the black employees. So if you don't,
and I want him to validate that. Because if those black employees that he said they just, because basically he just painted this picture. Hey, all niggas that work up here, Trump's in office now, all of you pack your shit, you're out of here. Then where's the lawsuit from those people? Because that's against the law. I guarantee you there's no lawsuit. And the reason why is because he just painted a picture there. But then when I tell you my grievances, you're trying to broad paint my grievances. But you want me to worry about humpback whale, midgets, and air traffic controllers. Again, who sounds like they sitting there shooting you shit, me or him?
I think tangibles are being delivered, then you may be not reading deep enough in to see what those tangibles are. And I do think there's a responsibility.
No, the responsibility is on the person who is providing those things to us to make sure we understand. You want to know how I know this is the case? A person who makes a movie sets aside a budget for advertisement. Why? Because they want people to show up for their movie. They don't make the movie, and then when no one shows up because they didn't advertise, it says, you people need to learn how to fucking look for me next time. No, sir, that's not how it works. See, again, who sounds like they feeding you bullshit and who sounds like the person who's giving you common sense? This is BS he's talking about. He just told you that.
Ability on the side of the Democrats to learn from what President Trump is doing and has done. He hired a bunch of TV personalities and actors so that no matter what he does, he can send them out to every cable news show, send them out to every podcast, send them out to every corner of social media to yell about and crow about everything that that they have achieved or done and put their own messaging out there. Democrats should have been doing that exact same thing with the Civil Rights Division of the Justice Department under Joe Biden, the work that was being done there. When you look at student loan reform and how that has affected the African-American community. Look, Joe Biden will eternally be, and for the rest of my life, the best president in American history because he got rid of my law school student loans. And
family. And I paused. Family. First of all, hit the like button. Hit the like button, share it. We're almost done, I promise. Family. That is the most selfish shit I've ever heard. This man said to you, I'm going to sit here and feed you BS. I'm going to feed you lies. I'm going to lie to you all day long. I'm going to just tell you whatever you need to hear. You want to know why? That man got rid of my student loan. So he will forever be the greatest person in the world. But why should he be the greatest to me? I don't have student loan. So can you address me? So I'm supposed to love him too because he got rid of your student loans. That ain't some narcissistic shit right there. See what I'm saying? People. Elijah Muhammad said it best. I'm not a Muslim either, so don't get me wrong. I don't get into these organizations, but Elijah Muhammad said it best. Clean glass versus dirty glass. The reason why this crap has worked for so long for black people is because before the internet, all we had was a dirty political glass. Jesse Jacksons and Al Sharptons and whatever nigga they wanted to roll out in front of us that won't worth a damn. But then the internet came up and there's common sense after common sense after common sense person that says, hey, what he's talking about is dumb. And that's what we're experiencing right now. This is a clean glass versus dirty glass situation. This young man here has nothing but a dirty glass that he wants you to drink out of, but he's telling you it's full of clean, hydrated, alkaline water. And it ain't none of that. Oh my God, these people are horrible.
If that's not a tangible for people, I don't know what that tangible would be. So when we start talking about these things,
reparations, that's what the fuck we said. That's a tangible, bitch. How about that? How about tax exemptions, sir? How about if you can't figure out what new to do for us, do what you did for the other people that you did it for. It's a simple concept. I don't know what these people want. They don't seem to know what they want. I think they just told you. They said the reparations, tax exemption, some type of protection when it comes to hate crimes, things like that. Things that we really tangibly need in our community. Yeah, I don't know nothing about that. These people are horrible.
One, the party has to do a better job of articulating to people exactly what they have done. But two, we have to stop taking our information from the back of a Cracker Jack box. You have to dive in there, dig deep, find out what the policies are, and look how they...
Ask them foreign people if they had to dive deep, look around corners and behind rocks to find no. Snickle. This is what I need for you to understand. This is what I need all of us to put air in our chest, because I got it right now with that dumb shit he just said. People who we don't know where they coming from, they say, I don't know, allegedly, I don't know. They got on a caravan and walked here. And you said, well, shit, they're showing up. Let's make sure we have some houses for them. Let's get some blankets. Let's get some clothes. Let's make sure they're taken care of, because they're going to need stuff when they get here. But the Negroes that are here, you're going to have to figure out what to tell us what you need, because we don't understand you guys at all. Dude, again, the okie doke is just keep talking about the problem, but we not going to fix it. That's the only thing that
they've actually been implemented to benefit you, because we're seeing that taking place on the right now, as many of the Megyn Kellys and Tucker Carlsons and Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones are saying that Donald Trump is not delivering on the tangibles for him, and they're holding his feet to the fire on it. We can hold feet to the fire, but nobody on their side is saying we're going to sit home, we're not going to vote. They're trying to change the actions of the people in office, not simply say we're going to let someone else decide our future.
Okay. So how about this? They always say we're going to hold them to the fire. Okay. How about this? Election day. We vote in. Who we going? Who you shooting for? Kamala Harris, Gavin Newsom. Who you looking for? You went in them. Just to say one of them. They're in the office. Great. Now, how the fuck do we force them to do anything? Honestly, how do you force them? Other than this, hey, I'm not going to vote for you now. You're not doing anything for me. That's the only leverage you have. But guess what? We had that in 2024, 2020, 2016. We've already told you that. We're not going to keep going down that road. We've done that already. See, this is the problem that I need for them to understand. We remember 2020. We remember 2016. We remember 2024. We remember telling you then, we want this tangible now. You can't say, just put us in office and then we'll address it next time. No, that's what you're saying to me. And that to me says you're lying, because I told you 2 years ago, 6 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago. I told you, and you said that you was going to worry about it then. And just again, that's the problem. That's where you're stuck. That's what you can't get past. You're not going to be able to just call me dumb, stupid, and I should just vote because Nick Fuentes is voting. I don't give a fuck what Nick Fuentes is doing. You think he cares what I'm doing? Nick Fuentes has a better opportunity to get one of his white counterparts to do something for him. I can't get mine to do nothing for me. She won't even address me. He won't address me. I'm a simple Simon. You think people address and talk nice? Roland calls you a simple Simon. If he calls you that and they calling you names, do you really think that them calling you names like that, they respect you enough to do something for you? No.
So here was this interesting tweet. This is by somebody follows me. I'm not sure if this person is real. Rebecca, this guy tweeted, President Biden warned in 2020 no tangibles that he actually promised sign in law. Not an effing thing. Maybe the Democratic Party should have come with some tangibles. Mm-hmm. See, again, Rebecca, when they threw out tangibles,
before he started,
it's only one thing they're talking about.
Before he started, watch it. He's gonna just try to make you feel like you're stupid, but he's not going to tell you what he did.
That's it. That's all he's talking about. Like this person here. So he posted, the Democrats are not ready to put reparations.
See what I mean? At that moment, if he had some, he would have told you. That's just stupid what he said. What about this, and this, and this? This is why this is dumb. But he's just gonna call you dumb and then go to the next one.
Is now on the table after we have been voting for them faithful for over 60 plus years with no tangibles. I think it's time to let them go. Okay. But how are you gonna get it passed? And whenever I put that out, it's amazing how people can actually go to the next step. But thinking, well, let me just make the statement. And so the issue also is that when you do say, remember there was somebody who was in the chat yesterday. Oh, don't come with that general stuff. No, this person said, I'm asking for something that is only for black people and nobody else. And then, of course, you got to explain to them how politics actually works. Rebecca, your thoughts?
See, we can finish. Y'all just, I'm gonna put it in the comment. We can get close. We get 2 hours now. We can go ahead and comment if y'all want to finish. Y'all, it's like another 10 minutes. Otherwise, we just shut it down. Because that just proved it right there. It's always, you just don't understand. Politics always turns in for us. We have to have black folks in position. We can't rely on the white folks to do nothing. But for some reason, you still need to vote for the white folks. None of this makes any sense, Roland. You basically are just telling us over and over and over again that we should vote. But you just don't get why we should. And I just don't think we can. And like I said, guys, let me know in the comments y'all want to pay. I'm almost
If you're a producer who hates AI, this plugin might change your mind.
Hold on. God damn it. Okay.
You know what, Roland? Dr. Carr once said on the show that you cannot use the tools of white supremacy to gain black liberation. And the reason why I mentioned that is people have to understand, where did this whole thing about tangibles come from? Was it a psyop that people got hooked into? Look, black people since the beginning of this country and before this country even convened and have demanded rights in North America on this land. And so the idea that there are things that we're asking for our humanity, and we're no longer asking for our humanity, we're demanding our humanity.
She ain't gonna tell you how she demanding it. And two, so you needing to be able to pay your mortgage, listen to what this young lady, beautiful sister, just said. This beautiful sister said to me, and this is what I heard. Doesn't matter that everyone else that gotta grieve can get money from the government to pay their bills and to repair their families and to make sure their children don't have any psychological damage for what was done to them. No, if you want something for that, you must be a bot or a psyop. No, ma'am. These people are the biggest. These are the problem. The Jamal Bryants, the Al Sharp, these people don't even talk to you. These bitches, these motherfuckers are the problem. People like her that live down the street from you, who will literally tell you that something's wrong with you because you tangibly want something. Roland said all they want is one thing. Okay, if the group we done gave you complete fucking access to how it should work. It's like, look, brothers, ain't nothing better when you were 16, 17, 18, you finally got to fill up on that young lady for the first time in her room in that berry. You know what I'm talking about. You ain't know what the fuck to do with that woman. Wouldn't it have been nice if she gave you a blueprint? Well, we're giving you the blueprint, but that's a psyop.
Also asking for reparations, yes. However, there is a whole plethora of policy. Reparations is more than just getting a check. Reparations is also having reparations through the tax code policy. It's also making sure having access to education and housing. I'm gonna
say something about education, but I'm gonna say this first. Okay. Did any of them say they're gonna do this? They ain't even say they're gonna do this shit for you. You keep throwing another. Hey, it could mean this. It could mean that. Do they say they're gonna do any of this? And two, I'm gonna tell you like this. I say this all the time. Do you think when them little hat people gonna let a German teach their kids anything? So why the fuck for a payment for hurting me should I take payment? I'm gonna allow you to keep teaching me and educating my children. What kind of sense is that? So you want me to stay in a school system that we talk about is depriving our children of not only information, but resources and everything else. You want me to put my reparations there? Why would I do that? You want to know why? Because it sounds good. It's part of the script that they give these people to go out there and say, I don't want your education. Cut me my check so I can go and choose what I get my education from because I can pay them. I don't want yours. Yours have me believing that I was all from boats and we all came from Africa and nobody was here. Your educational system has robbed me of all of my indigenous history. Your educational system has taught me how to eat improperly every day and do it in a way that I think I'm doing it in a positive way. I watch you teach me wrong every fucking day, and you want me to put my money there? You want me to put my reparations there? Healthcare. You want me to put my money into a system that we all say is racist towards us, the healthcare system? No. How about you pay these kids their money so our kids can go to medical school, so our kids can come back to our communities, and we don't have to worry about what the fuck they gonna put in us? No, you want me to stay in the system. You want me to stay doing what they're doing. I'm not doing that with you no more. You need to stop allowing people to feed you this shit like this. Again, clean glass, dirty glass. This is a dirty glass bitch. I'm sorry. Excuse my language.
Ability to pass on generation from generation wealth without it being stolen through the color of law. Reparations is more than just receiving direct money. It does include receiving direct money. I want to make that clear. But one thing I would ask is, if we're talking about tangibles, why are we just focusing on one party? Why are we just asking the Democratic Party?
Hey, let me say this. Hey, Shady Beatty, or what's his name? Shady Beat, or whatever your name is. Shady put a clown emoji up there. Let me tell you something. Remember this. If I was wrong, wouldn't he be supporting me? No, I'm a clown because it goes against what he gets. See, again, y'all got to remember this. Every time someone of another culture attacks you and tell you that you're wrong, I wonder the fuck why you said that. And you ever notice, every time somebody out here cooning or tethering, for some reason, that comment section full of this idiots like this. They just let them come out here and act. I don't care that you call me a clown, sir. You supposed to say that. But ask me this. Ask me, do I give a shit? I don't.
Aren't we asking every major American party to deliver on this particular issue? After all, this is a systemic issue. The need for reparations is because of systemic failure and exploitation, sex trafficking and human trafficking through the lens of the transatlantic slave trade. And so if we're going to talk about this thing, then we need to talk about this thing. But just saying, oh, tangibles is starting to sound like a psyop.
No. This is what you're going to hear. Hey, you need to cut reparations. Hey, we've had economists break down the exact amount of money that is owed to us due to what the economy is today. Hey, now we know who's Black American, who's versus not Black American. Now, hey, we need to pay them accordingly to what that is. That's not a psyop, bitch. You just want to keep talking about the individualism of everything. That's why you want to play on women's heartstrings. That's why you bypass the fact that we're supposed to all lay in our feces. And we had to lay there for years, for all this, and go through all this. We all individually had to go through this together. Is what you're telling. But for some reason, she wants to play on the woman's heartstring. You got to worry about the sex trade or the happened on the Atlantic slave trade. She's trying to play on your emotions. Ma'am, women were the only ones getting buck broke out there, remember? So again, why are you separating us? Again, anyone who cannot feel the pain of Black women and Black men and Black children together is a problem. We individually all have to suffer. And individually, if we're not all addressed individually, then what's going to happen is if we repair only our women, or if we only repair the children, we still got another nigga out here fucked up, and that's the man. So stop talking about like he don't exist no more. That's why we have such a, as my brother said, we have a high divorce rate. That's why. Because we only want to repair one side. Of course, if a woman gets healed and her man ain't healed, she's got to move the fuck on. So he's important. So stop trying to make things and play on people's heartstrings. Say this. Black folks just got fucked up. They did it to y'all. They did it to you on every level. They just got at y'all. They let you off them plantations, and then they said, from there, we're going to give you convict leasings. From there, we're going to give you Jim Crow. From there, we're going to give you all this reconstruct. We're going to give you all this bullshit, civil rights. We're going to give you all this other stuff. You got to live through all of this. Mass incarceration, the crack epidemic. Every decade is something new that we have to experience, and it's on purpose. So you want to keep talking about things individual and trying to separate. No, we all suffering. It's a very simplistic concept. We are aggrieving you in this way, we're going to stop it. We aggrieved you in this way, we're going to stop it. But until then, you can't talk to me about, let's just help the ladies get better. Because, women be out here suffering. Yes, they do. What about her man? Because I'm going to tell you like this. I don't like that. Because if it was just about us, because they always say, we live in a patriarchy. I don't know what the fuck men dominate black women at any facet of life. I don't know. Now, it doesn't matter. I ain't talking about that one sister, brother. I'm talking about as a mass. I don't know what we dominate, y'all. So, but I'm gonna tell you like this, if for men, I can speak for black men when I say this, if we were getting prioritized to taking care of them, they said we're gonna repair them dudes, all that's gonna do is trickle right down to y'all. The reason why men are unhealthy is because that is designed that way. Remember, what you see, seeing is not believing, believing is seeing is how the mind works. What it can conceive is what it's going to believe. If you inundate the black male mind with nothing but promiscuity, having sex, not being at home, doing degenerate behavior, selling drugs is every popular show, what the fuck do you think that every young boy is gonna want to be like? If you make a girl into a 304, you tell her that it's no difference between Kamala Harris, Meg Thee Stallion, and Cardi B, then what the fuck you think they gonna choose to be? It's a lot easier to twerk than it is to learn some shit and become a politician. But can you tell me in anybody else's culture where they have to go through any of that? No, these people are taken care of. That's what they do. Yours isn't. And I'm telling you, I won't separate us. We both have to fix each other and we have to support each other along the way. I know I'm so sick and tired of these people. Oh, we got a black girl rock.
Understand that there is black consciousness, and we understand that there is black literature and and research on this particular issue. But what we're seeing online, sometimes it is bots. Sometimes it's people who are well intentioned. But we have to understand that if we are going,
don't let them tell you about that fucking bot shit. The bots are in my comment section. Bots are not in theirs. Russia don't give a shit if you give black Americans money. Make that make sense, y'all. When they say, Russians are keeping, why would Russia care if you paid the most, because y'all tell us we insignificant. Remember, we just slave babies. We just were garden tools out there in them fields. We ain't nothing. So why would a country that none of us will ever go to care so much about us? Sounds like another excuse. How about you just address the issue at hand? Them niggas want something now, and you gonna have to do something if you want them to vote.
Going to demand this, it doesn't make sense that we will only demand it from one party when there's two major parties in this country.
And then they do that. Ma'am, you can't tell me that there's another side of the coin. But the commercial leading into this, well, they were all the boogeyman that wanted me dead and all of my rights gone. They want me not to be an American citizen. They have told me that they don't like me. So how can I, if I can't hold the motherfucker who is supposed to be with me accountable, how am I gonna hold the open person who don't like me accountable? So no, you want me to vote for you, even though you ain't doing nothing, because they just don't like me. But I need to ask them for stuff too, and not just you. Boy, I'm gonna tell you like this. Boy, if the Democrats was a relationship, boy, this thing is toxic.
This back and forth, Brian, is to me the reason I think it's nonsensical. It's because if you don't vote, then you're guaranteed to get nothing. So you're like, okay, I'm not gonna do anything, I'm not gonna say anything until you give me what I want. Mm-hmm. But I can't even attempt to give you what you want if I don't.
Again, put me on CNN, put me on MSNBC with Roland when he makes that statement. Y'all do know when my first question is gonna be but Roland, this ain't the first time, brother. We said that to Biden, we said that to Obama. They didn't do it. So if they didn't do it and we asked for it, and then this time you won't say it, you willing to do it, even if you run and not running, but you still say just vote for this or vote for me. Why would I do that? So they keep making it sound like, well, you don't get nothing if you don't vote. You're right. But I do. You do get something for not voting. I take that back. You do get something for not voting. I just gave my leverage. I just told you what my leverage was. You want it? Hey, nigga, you want 2 billion votes that just sitting out here not doing anything on the count? They sitting there waiting for somebody. All you gotta do is call us. I'm gonna tell you like this, and I'm gonna get out of here, y'all, because I'm telling y'all forever. I got stuff to do. All right, so let's just look at it like this. Did y'all remember Distinguished Gentleman? The movie with Eddie Murphy back in the day. Great look at how politics is BS when you look at this thing. And one thing I remember was something I had a thought. Damn, I lost my damn thought. I was thinking about that. Can't even remember what the fuck it was. Damn, what it was. It slipped out my head, guys. I forgot what I was saying. It must have been something I shouldn't have been saying. But I'm just gonna say this to Roland. I'll just say like this. Look, brother. It sounds great. It sounds right. You make a lot of sense if we didn't have the track record. And you can't do it at the same time. You can't tell people at the same time, you should vote for me. At the same time, you saying, I'm going to ignore what you're asking for if you do. Because you said at the beginning of this, you don't have enough votes to get reparations. And then you said, the only thing these niggas want is reparations. And now you're saying, but you ain't gonna get nothing else if you don't vote. Right. Because the only thing I want is reparations. But what about talking? Because mind you, she named all this stuff, this untangible stuff that we can do. We need to worry about the education system. We need to have more white lies in our children's faces to just miseducate the shit out of them some more. Thank you for that reparation. No, I don't want that. I want the land. Let me say this and I'm gonna go, guys. I'm done talking about Roland. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get out of here. Again, stop letting people shame you. Hit the like button before we finish this out. But don't let people shame you. There's no need to be shamed because there's nothing to be ashamed of. When these people showed up on this soil, your soil, look at it this way. This is your fucking house. It is. It ain't them. It ain't the white tea people. This is your house. They showed up on your soil. And they all got here. It ain't been that long. It wasn't in the 16, 17, 18. No, these motherfuckers showed up right around the turn of the century. 1920s, 10s, 1890s, right in there. They showed up. They got things like the Homestead Act and things like this where they were given free land. Free. You people can have much land you can touch in this certain amount of time is yours. Given to them. Same way in 2020 to 2024. They brought in immigrants in here and gave them free things to help them acclimate into this place. And at the same time, all this is going on, you get nothing. And then to have these nickels that you can't see on your screen, I'm so glad we ain't got them up here. These Negroes on your screens telling you shouldn't get anything anyway because you don't have the numbers. And I'm saying to you, none of this makes any sense. There is no need for me to sit back and pay any attention to any of these people because they do not want us to succeed. Now, someone's going to say to me, what is your answers? We can get into solutions. I have them all day too. Now, will mine work? I don't know. But I can definitively tell you the shit that he's talking ain't gonna work. You wanna know how I know? It didn't work last time. We just got off a Democratic president. You cannot make me lose. I cannot lose under you. And then when the other team is up there and I'm still losing, you say you might want to come back over here. No, I'm not. And I'm gonna tell you, he knows he's full of shit. You know how I know Roland knows he's full of shit before I go? Whenever he starts slow talking, yeah, because, that's stupid, dumb. He ain't got no response for it. But they told him, nigga, if you want your check this week, go out there and say some dumb shit that counters whatever these other niggas are saying. That's what he said. That's all he's doing. And none of it makes any sense. To all the people, and as always is, if you were looking at the screen right now, you would see it was a white guy on the screen too. I ain't even get to him. I can come back on tomorrow or something we can talk about if you want to. Hit me in the DMs if you really want to come back. We can talk about it. I don't give a shit. But I can tell you this. On this channel, when you talk to me, all that I want, and I'm gonna say this and I'm gone, all that I want for my black folks is I want us to do well. I want us to use our common sense, and I want to take the funds and the aggregation of things that we can do together and build something positive. I want us to also know this, that the stuff that they keep telling us we cannot have, that is the lie that they're telling us. We can have healthy black relationships. Let me say this, and we're really going after this. When I was younger, I didn't, because I saw so much cheating amongst people in my families, around your family, friends, things like that. You saw so much cheating. You didn't think people could have healthy relationships. But as you get older and you understand psychology, get some type of help. I would tell people, go see somebody, talk to somebody. What happens with those things are not there to fix you. Those things, when you go to see a therapist, things like this, they're not there to fix you. They're there to give you an observation so you can look at things in a different way so you can get a healthier outcome. Like, let's example, you ever dealt with a partner, spouse? I don't know what you want to call them. You can't call them boyfriend, girlfriend no more because they may not be boyfriend, girlfriend. So you ever been with someone and one of them is just unaccountable, won't hold themselves accountable for anything? You bring something to them and then they tell you how you hurt them. Oh, for the love of God, don't ever done anything to them in the past. If you've done something in the past, you're going to always have to hear about it every time you bring up something. See, people like that, if you learn, once you go to therapy, things like that, you understand this is a certain personality type. This person's unaccountable. This person has a lot of fears about themselves. And when you're talking to them and you're telling them, because in your mind, you think it's like, hey, I'm just telling you, hey, I need this. And can you do that? And they say, nah, they can't do it. They physically, mentally, emotionally can't do it. They have a certain mindset. They need help. That is the trauma that I talk about that Black people, things like that is things that we suffer from. So you don't think of that young lady or young man that actually won't hold himself accountable, went and saw some therapy, went and realized what he was doing was unhealthy, wasn't helping him, his woman, his man, a man, their children, or anything, that he wouldn't make better decisions. He would. She would. The reason why we don't make healthy decisions is because when I sit down at night to turn the TV on, I'm gonna turn on Power. I'm gonna turn on Tubi. I'm gonna turn on Pop the Balloon. I'm gonna turn on something that's not going to foster, it's not gonna be something positive, it's not gonna be something that's going to make me want to be good like that. And I always say it like this. Like when I go to work, I work out like 5 times a week. When I go to work out, sometimes you hit that wall where you just don't feel like doing it. Well, for me, instead of me sitting around looking at random food videos that I shouldn't be eating, I start looking at other people who work out things like this. Why? To motivate me to get back into the gym. If we're always complaining that Black men and Black women cannot be together or not together, we can't be together, we don't like each other no more, and then you look at every aspect of life, there is not one positive outlet for those Black folks to actually surround themselves with when they are struggling, what the fuck you think you're gonna get? I say that all the time. Of course we are in bad relationships because there is nowhere for us to see positivity. And the only time that we do get positive, you have to have both people come together and say, you know what, I have some issues. I need to work on them. Maybe someone needs to help me. Someone needs to help you. Someone needs to help us together. Very rarely do you get 2 people who are that goddamn sane already to go do that. So what you do, you struggle through it. You struggle through, we break up, and that's why we have so many deficient relationships. And I'm telling you is that in every facet of life, we need to start surrounding ourselves with positivity and it'll get better. It's not the end of the world. We're not bad people. We're not inherently evil and don't do right. What is happening is someone's attacking us. That's it. Nothing more. All right, people, I'm out of here, man. I appreciate you. Hey, man, if y'all hadn't did it, man, follow the channel, man, if you like what we talk about on here. We get on here and do this from time to time. Well, we do it damn near every day. Get on here, follow the channel. Let me know if you got any questions, anything you want to talk about. Hit me in the DMs also, too. This is the Scott Free Morning Show for people who don't know. Like I say, we do this. Of course, you watch and you see it. But we're on a channel on YouTube called 300 Radio. Look it up. It's 300 Radio and the #1. We need the support. The algorithm fucks us in the patootie. But we do music, podcasts, the whole 9, but everything is about building the culture up properly. Support the channel, $, 300 Radio on Cash App. And other than that, I appreciate you guys, and I'll check you. Let me stop this. I'll check you guys on the next one. All right? See you later. All right, peace. All right, you.